What was the question?
Like the Jimmy Eat World, that type of music. What? All right, they're saying alternative rock.
Alt rock.
Alt
Yeah, that's
rock.
alt rock. Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Cool.
like, what's like post grunge, soft rock. That's
Post
more like Hoobastank.
well,
Remember Hoobastank?
isn't post grunge like Smashing Pumpkins or no?
Smashing Pumpkins is more.
No,
More like
I
punk.
could
I feel
I
like
could
they're
be
more
way off
punk.
base.
I don't know.
I don't know. I could be way off base here.
But I've been on a kick, whatever that is, whatever that era, like mid 2000s alt rock. I guess.
Okay.
I guess just some station I was
Cool.
on the radio was
Cool.
playing it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Benzinga Live. We're just here chilling, talking about music. Today and tomorrow are two of the best days, my favorite days of the year. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's St. Patrick's Day. It's also a Jewish holiday. I don't care about that. I don't care. It's not because of the market. It's because of March Madness. Yes, the first round of the NCAA tournament today and tomorrow. First round starts in about 45 minutes. And what we're going to do right now, what I'm going to do is fill out my bracket in the Benzinga bracket contest. If you have not joined and you like playing along and you like filling out brackets for fun, then check it out. I just dropped the link in the chat. No, I didn't. Now I did. There's a link in the chat. Join our pool. It's free to join. There's going to be a prize. I don't know what it is. You don't have to know anything about.
Hey, Spencer, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you put the link in the description real quick? Because I think it's too long for the comments. It's getting broken up.
I can do that.
Into two separate comments.
I can do that. So, yeah, I'm going to put the link to join. I'm going to do two things. Ready?
Green River. I think you're thinking of Chicago, which isn't too far from us, but it's also not close.
It's about a 5-hour drive. So,
a little less. Oh, yeah, Illinois, Midwest. I was actually in Chicago last weekend when they dyed the river, and let me tell you, it is green. Like, they have to use a lot of...
Wait, I saw a video of you.
Really?
Jumping in the river.
Oh, off the orange thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I would be unrecognizable. It was just the back, but, you know, I don't know. Green River, pretty cool. Chicago was fun. If you're a big St. Patrick's Day person, I'd recommend going to this Chicago St. Patty's Day parade. I don't know who in the U.S. has like the biggest parade, but I imagine Chicago's is up there.
Savannah has a very good one as well, Savannah, Georgia. So I just put the link in the description, but I'm going to put it in the chat again. If you want to join the Benzinga March Madness bracket, that link will definitely fit in the comments. I'm about to fill out my bracket right now because we got about a half hour until brackets close, and I haven't done it yet. So I thought we would start the show off today by doing that, and then we'll talk about the markets. But today and tomorrow, I think there have been studies done. Today and tomorrow are the least productive days of the year. In fact, I'm willing to bet that trading volume in the U.S. stock market is noticeably lower today and tomorrow than it is
because of Purim.
Because of Purim and St. Patty's Day, but actually because of March Madness. I'm willing to bet.
What's the like the baked good called during Purim? Habadash.
Hamantashen, you are a bad Jew. You are a bad Jew, my friend. So, and you know what? Without having looked once today, SPY volume, the volume in SPY today is nowhere close to. So,
well, I don't think yesterday is fair because
yesterday's not fair. Okay, yeah. Fine.
Let's compare it to last Thursday.
I'm just Googling the average daily volume in the SPY is about 145 million shares. Or no, we'll call it, it's 113. The average daily volume is about 113 million. We are at 31.5 million, 31 2/3 million. And we're not halfway through the session, but we're decently into it, and we are nowhere close to the average volume. So the volume today, if you're wondering like, ooh, volume seems lower today and tomorrow, it's because of March Madness. Duh. Also, fun fact, this is the most common week of the year in the U.S. to get vasectomies.
I have heard that before.
Because
you get to chill on the couch.
You get to chill on the couch for a week watching basketball. So we'll talk about this. We'll talk about Biotech. We're going to have Vivi on the show, Vivi the Bio Queen. We'll have Hot Stocks Luke Jacobi on the show. Woo! A lot to get to today. Smash that like button And let's roll our intro if I can even find it. Here it is.
This is Benzinga Live. Spencer Israel and producer AB.
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Someone told me buy high, sell higher.
Let's get Matt Hammond on the show to talk some IPOs. Jake Wujasik from Trend Spider. We have a
breaking news.
All right, I don't know what this comment's about. It is not my birthday.
But it might as well be.
It might as well be.
You are for March Madness.
I'm so very excited. So let's do this. Again, I put the link in the chat. It's in the description. The Benzinga, the official Benzinga March Madness bracket. Okay. I've got about a half hour to fill this out. Let's do it right now. I thought we could do it together. I thought it'd be a fun little exercise, a little bit different than what we normally do here. So let's do it. Let me join the group. I'm going to create a new entry. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Christian, that's a good call. I'm sure the Boston St. Patty's Day parade's awesome. A lot of Irish folk up there for sure.
I'm going to enter the sweepstakes because why not? That's half the fun. All right. I have a blank bracket here. Should we dance?
Let's dance.
All right, let's make
Folks,
it.
Who's ready? I gotta enter this too.
Should I make it a little bigger? It's a little bigger.
Yeah.
All right.
First up, we got Gonzaga.
Make it a little smaller. All right. Gonzaga, obviously. The 8-9 is always a toss-up, so I just go with whoever I feel like in the moment. 12-5, got to have at least one upset. Going to go to the 12-5 upset. It's a very common upset for whatever reason. Going to go the 12 seed New Mexico State over UConn. Arkansas, Vermont. Let's go Vermont. Why the heck not? Why the heck not? Go Catamounts. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Go Catamounts. Also, I feel compelled to pick at least one of the 2-11 seeds to play in the first four. So Notre Dame and or Indiana. I'm going to pick them both here.
Okay.
In the first round.
I don't mind that.
Notre Dame
playing the hot hand, won last night against Rutgers in a double overtime game.
Crazy win. I did not
Good
watch.
Start to March Madness.
Great start. I'm going to pick Texas Tech over Montana State here for no other reason than I feel like it. I have a very strong Michigan State sports bias. So I'm going to go against Michigan State here. Going to pick Davidson. And we will pick Duke, the favorite Duke, to beat Cal State Fullerton. Let's keep going. Round 2 here. I like going region by region. Let's go with should we go Duke or Davidson in the second round? Kind of want to go Davidson, but I'm feeling
I don't
like
think Coach K is going to lose his last game into Davidson.
All right. Going with Duke. I'm going to ride the first 4 hot hand. I'm going to go with Notre Dame to the Sweet 16.
I like that.
This one, oh gosh, I don't know. I can't name a single player on either of these teams. Let's pull up some stats real fast. Cool, Vermont, you win. Because I said so. Gonzaga obviously is going to be the favorite here. Gonzaga is going to win there as well. They're going to beat Vermont. Duke will beat Notre Dame, and Gonzaga will beat Duke to get to the Final Four. That's in the West region. Let's go over to the South region on the right-hand side. Arizona over the 16 seed Wright State. Where is Wright State? Do we know? I have no idea.
I actually asked the exact same question yesterday. I did not Google it, though.
Wright State. I have no clue where they are.
Figure it out right now.
All right. 8 versus 9.
Wright State University is in Fairborn, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, anytime there's like a random college I've never heard of, Ohio's a good guess. Pennsylvania is a decent guess.
For random colleges?
Yeah.
Okay. So is Tennessee, I feel like. There's a lot of random stuff in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Seton Hall versus TCU. I'm from New Jersey. So is Seton Hall. Let's go with my Jersey boys over there. Houston versus UAB. We'll go with Houston because Cowboys said so. Yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm
actually looking at the rankings of offensive and defensive efficiency.
Yep.
To see because so if you missed yesterday, basically Cowboys stat was for the last 25 years, 24 out of the last 25 winners, the team was in both the top 25 for offensive and defensive efficiency.
Okay.
But I wanted to see like where some of these teams ranked within that top 25. So if you were wondering, Houston is 10th in offensive efficiency and 3rd in defensive efficiency.
Okay. I'll take him.
Gonzaga up there. Gonzaga's in the top 5 for both. That's impressive.
That is very impressive.
I don't know what their like strength of schedule is, right? All right, but let's keep this
All right.
ripping.
I really, really want to pick Chattanooga. They have
Against who?
Illinois. Chattanooga has Sylvia D'Souza. If you don't follow college basketball, he was a
KU
former star at Kansas who had some problems there, got suspended, transferred to Chattanooga. Great player. I'm going to go with Chattanooga over Illinois.
But, Illinois has Kofi
Coburn, yeah. And gonna continue with my anti-Michigan sports bias. Don't tell Joel, but Colorado State will be Michigan today in about a half hour. That game starts at like 12:15. All right, I gotta go quick here because I gotta bring on Vivi in a few minutes. So Tennessee over Longwood. Ohio State can win. Villanova can win. From there, we're going to go Villanova. We're going to go Tennessee. We're going to go Houston. We're going to go Arizona. 1, 2, 3, 5 seeds in this region. Going to go Arizona versus Tennessee, and Arizona to win that region. Let's keep on going here. Texas, the 1 seed. Let's go with the 8 seed San Diego State. Let's go with Iowa, repping the Big Ten. South Dakota State versus Providence. South Dakota State has that one guy that scores like half their points. I forget his name. I'm going to go with South Dakota State because why not? Iowa State over LSU. LSU just fired their head coach because he's a scumbag. So going to go with Iowa State there. Going to go with Colgate over Wisconsin because Colgate scores like a lot of points. I think the technical term is a shit ton of points.
Who?
Colgate over Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Going to go with USC and going to go with Auburn here. Let's go with Auburn in the second round. Iowa State in the second round. Iowa in the second round. And Kansas, followed by Kansas, Iowa State, and Kansas.
The Michigan game is
Aaron Thomas just asked us what channel. There's 4 channels. It's CBS, TNT, CBS, TNT, True TV, and I think TNT.
CBS?
So you're gonna have to go on the guide, man.
You already say
find them.
TBS?
We got one region left. Let's do it quick. Baylor, North Carolina. Going to go with Indiana over St. Mary's. Going to go with UCLA.
CBS is the first game, AT.
Going to go with UCLA here. Going to go with Virginia Tech. They won the ACC tournament. They just beat Duke. We'll go with Purdue. We'll go with Murray State, and we'll go with Kentucky. I really like Murray State, but Kentucky is just too good in my opinion, my uninformed opinion. This is how I pick stocks, by the way. Just random pick it. So Purdue. Going to go with UCLA and Baylor. We'll go with UCLA versus Kentucky in the Elite Eight. We'll pick Kentucky there. My final 4 is set. Gonzaga, Kentucky, Arizona, and Kansas. 3 1 seeds and a 2. We'll go Gonzaga versus Arizona. Wait, I think I had a different... Oh, no. Let's change this to Auburn. Sorry. And let's change that to Auburn, too. Okay, so, yeah. Gonzaga, Arizona, Kentucky, Auburn. We'll go with...
Wait, are those all 1 seeds?
No, 2 1s and 2 2s.
Okay.
We'll go with Gonzaga versus Auburn, with Gonzaga winning. The final score will be exactly 76-71. I'm from the future, so I know. We're going to enter those sweepstakes. Oh, really? Do I got to do this?
Just FYI for people out there, you have 15 minutes before brackets lock. The first game starts in 15 minutes.
All right.
So you got 15 minutes to go make a bracket. If you have, well, actually, the first game doesn't start for half an hour. I don't know why. I guess the brackets.
The brackets lock at noon, right? Okay. So I have entered the list. This is the Benzinga March Madness bracket. Again, we'll put the link in the chat again one more time. Enter if you dare.
Where can I find this link?
I just put it in the chat. Check it out. March Madness, best 2 days of the year. Brian Blockchain also picked Gonzaga. That's great because they're really good. All right. That was fun. I love brackets. Let's not fill out anything. Let's move on and bring on Vivi the Bio Queen. Let's talk biotech. Every week I bring on Vivi, and every week I wonder, is this the week that things turn around? And every week the answer seems to be maybe next week. Vivi, how are we feeling today?
Yeah, I know, huh? Every week we just hope.
Every week.
We just hope that we're gonna see that bounce, and we're still at 87 on XBI. It's pretty crazy.
So you're not feeling any more excited than you were last week.
No, not very excited. I do, however, I get really, really annoyed when I receive the messages on a bear market and people are like, what is going on with the BCRX? It's below 15 now. I'm like,
well, Vivi, come on.
And I'm like, I'm not even gonna answer that. Like,
wait. You have to expect that, right? Because you're a huge cheerleader for BCRX. So
yes.
people are gonna ask you why it's down.
I mean, but come on, we're in a bear market. It's not like it's not like XBI is 150 and BCRX is going down to 13. I mean,
that's true.
I mean, that's a dumb question. Like, do I have a crystal ball? Do I know why? No, because we're in the middle of a bear market. You know, even this bump on SPY, you know, it's a rally on a bear market. You know, we're not out of it. So yeah, so BCRX is back to about 15, but they're messaging me like when it was below 15. And I'm like, I'm not even engaging, or, you know, fundamentally nothing has changed. So I'm not even engaging people on that.
I understand your frustration. Everyone messaging Vivi, understand this. Even though she loves the stock, that does not mean she can explain every single move. No one can explain why a stock goes up or down on any given day, unless there's a news catalyst, right? Which in this case there isn't. So stop bugging Vivi. Maybe wait a few more weeks and then bug her again. I don't know.
maybe. And then, I mean, remember we're talking here about ARDX, you know.
Yeah, we've mentioned it.
Yeah, we mentioned it. So it's being, you know, went over above the $1 territory. So that made me happy. So I feel like very confident that we're going to end up having some really good news. So, and I told you guys, even if you get a 20% move, you know, in this market, it's a good move, especially, you know, when I talked to you guys about it, it was I think in the 80s or 70, you know, cents. So that's a nice move, even if you wanted to cash out now. That was a good move, but I'm holding this one long. I'm redeeming myself after all the money I lost. I'm hopeful again that we're gonna get some good news about their product that did not get approved. And then can you go back to SPPI too? I just wanted to share that I'm still holding that. It's literally we will compete with the big pharma $3 billion drug for neutropenia. And so we're just now waiting for FDA news as well. So there was a manufacturer issue. So I'm holding this one, still holding.
Do we know when that data is due?
I thought was April. I needed to check. I can give you guys information next time. But if you go to their website or StockTwit, a lot of times people just posted their info and then I'll go back to the website and confirm that, you know, in fact, that's true. So I'm just sitting there and just waiting. I bought it at 76 cents. So I'm sitting there and waiting. Right. Do we have any questions of anybody? Anybody wants to hit me up with?
As the chat is correctly pointing out, we were wondering out loud on this morning's pre-market prep, what stocks are at all-time highs? And AbbVie, Vivi, is at all-time highs. AbbVie, look at this monthly chart in AbbVie. It's gone from what was it? $100 in October, not quite 100, to 157 today.
That's amazing, right?
Pretty remarkable. This is not quite up your alley, right?
No, I like AbbVie. I was doing calls. I made some money making calls. I had $150 calls. No, I do play, but I play big pharma on the option side.
Okay.
Also, I made money shorting Moderna. So yeah. So
shorting Moderna. I hope not. I hope not this week.
No, it wasn't this week. It was it was a couple of weeks back. It went to 145. And you know, look, this used to be a $400 stock. It's kind of a crazy, right? It's everything. It's so
Yeah.
down. Did you see Gilead? Gilead at 58 cents. It's nuts.
Wait, what? Oh, dollars?
Gilead.
Yeah,
Gilead is
yeah.
$58 right now. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I know. All right.
It's
Some questions from the chat, Vivi. Do you have a price target on SPPI?
yes. It's a $3. I have a $3 price target here for SPPI.
Based on what?
Based on the positive news that we're gonna have a new PDUFA date. So we're waiting for a new PDUFA date.
But why? I guess why $3 specifically?
Just because it's my own. There's no like. It's not based what the drug is gonna do. But for me, it's like we can see a nice bump once we get the PDUFA news, and then if we get the PDUFA news, it'll be a $7 target for sure if it gets approved. So right now, I think we're just waiting for them to get a new date on PDUFA. So short term, that's what I'm saying. Short term, that's my price target. I mean, I have a price target when it comes to BCRX because I know the potential of the drug, right? So I'm basing my price target on that. But when SPPI is more of just the bump on the news that we're gonna have.
What about DNA? Ginkgo Bioworks.
I
know you know this
heard of DNA. I'm gonna write it down. Wasn't that traded the other day? I think people it was people were trading this week.
They traded every day.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is that it got on the scanner.
It had a big volume spike yesterday. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that was on the scanner yesterday. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
What I need just to check what kind of news.
Let's see what the news was yesterday. They signed a. This is from Monday. So they acquired FGen. I don't know what FGen is. It's a bioengineering company. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
That was on Monday. Okay, so if you write this down, can we follow up about this next week?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
I'll check DNA.
Okay.
I'll check DNA. And then I was gonna tell you guys. Okay, no, never mind. I was reading something here. I thought it was information, but it's not.
Okay, what about Ocugen? What about Ocugen?
Oh my God, Ocugen is a disaster. I feel so bad for people, so bad. Ocugen got denied, right, for their vaccine. That's what the latest news. Right. So I don't know. I'm losing hope here for Ocugen. I feel bad. Can you imagine to be that guy that bought it at $15 a share, thinking that's gonna pull an Anvax? You know, Novavax was above $100. What's Novavax now? Is another vaccine.
Yeah, that's another one that's made a big move.
Yeah, so it used to be at $338. Okay, now it's a 78. So I think people really thought that with approval, Ocugen could put an Anvax, and it never did because, you know, I believe that banks look trustworthy compared to biotech sector. Because I think there's so much politics when it comes to FDA, so much politics, you know. So I wanted to tell you guys, I interview a CEO of this company, PCSA, and I wanted to share with you guys really interesting stuff. So the CEO, do you want to put that up? PCSA. The CEO used to work with the FDA. So the CEO has a lot of contacts in FDAs. He knows what it takes. He's a PharmD. So he knows what it takes to get drugs to development and to be commercialized. And he has, it's still very early stages, but I almost certain that we're gonna get a orphan indication and also a fast track indication for their PCS 499. So what it is the only drug on a $3 billion market for for necrobiosis lipoica, which means is when patients have ulcers and all over their bodies, diabetic patients, and there's nothing out there. And so that is our main lead on their pipeline. And speaking to him, I interview him this week. I'm going to post on my channel. Really, really interesting. I didn't know his background, and really caught my attention. Read a huge green flag for me. This company has a lot of potential, and then they also have a molecule that it's combining with the capecitabine, which is a very standard of care for cancer, can literally make the drug more potent and with the less side effect. And they're studying that for breast cancer. And if they can prove concept, they can do for any other indication. So really bright company. And another thing that I thought it was so good, he invests his own money in. So there's a huge inside investment there. He collects very little in his own salary because he is 100% focused in making this company something one day. So stay tuned. I'm going to post you guys that interview with the CEO, David Young, but a really interesting company.
Do you have any insight as to why the stock is down so much? I mean, it's gone from
There's
a week.
no rhyme and reason. Very low float. Very low float. Very low float. They do have money to fund out the initial studies until 2023. But like any of the biotech companies, any biotech companies that don't have a revenue right now are hurting, right? Any company, like if you put a AGN, CKPT, like any of the GRTS, like especially if you're a low floater and you sell the news, right? I mean, look at GRTS. I believe that company is going to be huge one day. And look at Grits Bio, because everybody was really focused on their COVID vaccine, but they have an amazing vaccine pipeline. Amazing. And so people, since the COVID is not longer a thing, unless we have a new variant, because they do have a molecule for a really good variant, it kind of like got out of a public eye, right? And the float is relatively small. So there's not really anything particular, but people know that these companies going to have to raise money, right? So there's going to be further dilution because these companies cannot survive without a commercial, side. They have nothing to sell. Unlike BCRX, that's why I think it has survived the market for a mid-sized company, because they are, producing revenues. So, but I will check DNA. If anybody else have any other companies, I would be more than happy.
Yeah, we got a couple more in the chat here, Vivi. Someone asked about SONN. Sonnet Biotherapy. Sonnet Bio. Whoa.
Ooh, okay. I don't know. I don't like anything below $1 because you know what happens, right? You don't stay in compliance. It's a reverse split. It's a freaking nightmare.
Okay, so but can you write it down and look at the pipeline? So I think we have 2 to research for next week. Right? We have SONN and
DNA.
Then and DNA. Those were the 2. Okay. Let me see if there's any KMPH updates, Vivi.
Okay, so KMPH, it's supposed to. I told you guys, I love their pipeline because they have unmet needs on their pipeline for dependency. But I sold when it hit. I had my leftover shares. It hit my stop loss, and just I was not gonna just carry a bag. So it was my buy price was $7. Until got to 17 when I told you guys, and then I held some long term, but it hit my stop loss. They're supposed to report earnings. Can you check for me when? Because I'm still not 100% convinced.
Oh yeah, it says it right there. They report on the 30th after the close.
Okay, so after the earnings, like I told you guys, they need to prove to me that they can sell. After earnings, it's when I'm gonna consider buying back. And also, once they're developing their pipeline, because that drug that they're gonna have, it's gonna be a blockbuster. There's nothing out there for that condition. So that's my 2 cents on KMPH.
All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, there's a few things in here that I did miss. what is this one? OPNT. Hold on. I don't know that one.
OPNT.
Opiate Therapeutics. I'm imagining they make opioids.
Oh, opiate
Oh,
pharmacy.
that one looks pretty good. This looks pretty good, actually.
Good. Yeah, that's a good price. So yeah, so I'm sure they gotta have some stuff interesting for and I'm sure, I guarantee you the float is very low.
Let's see. Let's see. If we
I
got a float of 4.8 million shares. Yes.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that's a good one to have in a radar. Opiate. Oh, okay.
And what else do we have? It is MULN? Is that biotech? I don't even know. No, it's
No,
not.
but I made some good money at MULN. It's the EV car, has been beaten down. Yeah, it's crazy. 138% short interest on that.
Oh, it's AKA it's impossible to borrow. It's impossible to short this stock.
Yeah.
So of course that's what happens when but this thing will come crashing down. It will come crashing back down. Okay. What about, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, yeah, there are a few here. BFRI. The heck is, you guys are going way.
BFRI, it got a CRL, right? So I am still Biofrontera. I'm still holding long. I can update you guys. I know that we're just waiting for the new date and the paperwork to submit, but it's one of those companies I got I don't have a lot of it, but I got screwed on the CRL. But I believed in the company, so I'll give you guys update next week. I'm gonna add BFRI to that list.
And then this will be the last one. EIGR. I don't know this one. I don't know anything. Whoa, up 40% today. What was the news?
Wow, geez. I'm sure the float gotta be tiny. Let me see.
They reported that a single dose of I don't know what that means. So let's go here. Go to the news feed. Single dose of its Lambda for COVID significantly reduced the risk of COVID-related hospitalizations or emergency room visits. So they had a.
Are we still Are we still doing that? Is there a lot of people hospitalized in all these days?
That's what I want. I thought we had moved on from like the COVID vaccine, COVID drug trade, but apparently not, Vivi.
I guess not. And I wanted to tell you guys, this Thursday will be I leave on Thursday night to Fiji. So I am the 31st, I'm not going to be around. So FYI.
Wait, next Thursday or the one after?
No, next Thursday is my last day before I go on vacation. So I'm leaving the night of the next Thursday to Fiji.
You're going to Fiji without us?
Oh, yes.
All right.
I'm going to Fiji. I'm really excited. Can't wait.
All right. Next time, I guess I'll just wait for my invite in the mail. I guess
I'll put you on my bag, Spencer.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Fine. Because Rosalie asked nicely, please comment on CGSI. Where do you guys get these stocks from?
GSI. Go ahead and look at a CGSI.
What is 85-cent stock? Wait, what does this company even do?
Okay, let me check.
CGSI. I have no idea. It's OTC. This thing barely trades.
No volume at all, huh?
Where do you guys find these stocks? Seriously, I'm like really curious.
I know there's a stock that has gone through several reverse splits. Several reverse splits.
Ask yourself, oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah, it used to be $26. That is insane.
It used to be $36. Yeah, now it's 85 cents. So I think that's.
I hope she's not holding since 36 and asking us to comment on it. I'll take a look, but that does not look good unless they have some miracle study or miracle. That does not look good.
I don't know. Vivi the Bio Queen. Vivi the Bio Queen. You can find her. Find her on Twitter at Biotech.
And I'm sorry for my background again. My girlfriend's still staying with me. I'm sorry. It's a bed in my background. It's like I'm sharing my office with my friends.
Tisk. We'll see you next week, Vivi.
Okay, bye, you guys.
All right. All right. Joining me now will be the one and only Hot Stocks Luke Jacobi, who is back from his bar mitzvah. So let's get him on the show right now. What's up, Luke? You don't gotta wear the headset. You're sitting right next to me. I can hear it. All right, okay, he's wearing the headset. What's up?
All right,
man?
what's up, Spency?
What's up?
All right, we got a few things to talk about today. One,
Oh gosh, I'm nervous.
I only get 30 minutes a week. Talked about 2 stocks last week. Can we get the names of those stocks on the board, please, producer Spencer?
Yeah, the first one was Hood.
No, come on.
No.
Producer AB. Facebook. All right, that's one of the two.
What's the ticker?
FB or META. I don't know if it switched over yet.
FB.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Since you were last on this show, which was I'll tell you.
Tell me, how are we looking on that one?
You
gotta keep me honest.
You were on the show here,
Gotta
March
keep me
10th, and here we are today. You were on the show. We closed that day at 195. Now we're at 204. Not bad.
All right, not bad.
Not
Not
bad.
bad. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Should we keep talking about Facebook or should we go on to the second symbol? Let's keep talking about Facebook.
Yeah. I mean,
I still think that Facebook is the craziest trade out there, Spencer.
I know.
talked about it with producer AB.
I know you're bullish. I just can't, man.
Why?
Why? Oh, this is a nice little double bottom for support on the weekly, but
Why?
Why?
Can't you be? Stock is trading at 8 times forward EV to EBITDA, trading at 4 times price to sales. It is crazily cash flowing.
4 times price. Actually, well, let's call it 5 times price to sales. All right.
No, that's month-old data, baby. It's been a bad month.
okay.
You're at like 4.5-ish, 4.3 times.
Wait, this is
forward price to
month-old
sales.
data?
It updates once a month. Not me. Yeah.
All right. When does it
Okay.
update?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know this. All right. So it's got a price to sales of 4, which
I think that Facebook is going to be one of the biggest no-brainer trades of the year.
the thing
I could be wrong.
the thing
I'm
that
not
concerns me is they have to
certain that I'm right.
they have to they're doing a gigantic pivot, right? And they have to prove that they can do it, and they haven't proved it yet.
Sure, but it's still crazily cash flowing. Go to financial statements and then take me to the
Can I just go to
operating income.
Can I go to key data? Or,
No.
All right. Financials.
All right,
okay.
give me cash flow. Give me cash flow.
Da, da,
And then
da,
first
da.
section, operating activities. How much cash flow you got right there, Spencer?
Yeah.
Zoom in. It's so small. I forgot my glasses today.
How's that? Is that better?
All right, what is that? We're cash flowing 18 billion a quarter. Feel fine about the stock.
Let's look at the.
At 8 times EV to EBITDA, S&P 500 average is 15. Come on now.
Yeah, but oftentimes there are reasons for that. There are reasons when a stock is cheap.
I think Facebook got washed out with all the tech names. Tech got so overvalued. All those hot names. Upstart, go ahead, take a crack at Upstart. I'm not saying a thing about it. But Facebook getting washed out with that, and if we have like this move to defensive stocks, Facebook is one of those defensive stocks. Facebook is almost old tech. Well, I bet within the next 5 years, you're going to have Joel Cohen calling Facebook old tech.
Just because you're not like high growth Kathy stock doesn't make you defensive, right?
Yeah, I get it. But let's say dollars want to move defensive, right?
Okay. So
And
thinking,
you still want some tech exposure in your portfolio, either due to mandate or you want some safer tech exposure.
Yeah.
You're going to pick the stock that's cash flowing 18 billion a quarter.
When's the last time you were on Facebook?
I don't know.
Exactly. Boom! Roasted.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
All right.
All right, so there's one that we talked about last week. All right, let's throw this out to the group. Facebook, we like it. Put a 1 in the chat if not, put
Okay.
a 2.
Here's the
What
question.
was the second one?
Wait.
What was the second one, Spencer?
Here's the question for the chat. End of 2022, December 31st, 2022. Is Facebook higher or lower than it is right now? It's at 204.23. Are we
All
higher?
day.
Are we high? Luke says we're higher. I say we're lower.
Okay, wait. Oh,
Stop. You don't got to yell, man. You don't got to yell.
I'm excited.
I'm right next to you.
I'm excited.
They can hear you.
I'm wearing the headset, so I can't hear that good. All right, wait. Go to your calendar. Go to your calendar. Okay, if you're throwing out these types of bets, we have one that's actually coming up today. Go to calendar.google.com and share it, please.
You want me to share my calendar?
Yes.
Like the screen?
Yeah, I just want you to add mine. Yeah, share the screen.
Oh, I can do that.
Add mine.
Yeah. Okay. What's up?
Okay.
Your calendar is
This
up.
is from 1 year ago. 1 calendar year
Holy
ago.
crap. Guys, Luke's calendar is insane.
365 days. Will you please put my calendar on the screen, Spencer?
You want me to put your calendar on the screen?
If you're trying to throw out this Facebook higher or lower a year from now, yeah.
You actually want me to show? Okay. I will put your calendar on the screen. Wait, what day is today? The 17th. All right, I will put your calendar on the screen.
All right, will you put it on the screen, please?
I can't believe Justin's asking when is our MySpace page being made. Great question, Justin.
Yeah, see, Tiny Pie knows. I'm fired up. I only get 30 minutes a week.
All right, I'm bringing the calendar up on the screen.
Bring the calendar up.
There it is.
There's my calendar. Zoom in on today. Entry at the very, very top. Very, very top.
Oh, what does that say?
What does that say?
Peloton, $100 bet. Is it above or below $105?
And you know I've been a hater of this stock forever. I say every fitness fad is exactly that, a fad. This was 1 year ago. Will you tell me, Spencer, if the stock is above or below $105, please?
I don't need to look to know the answer.
Well, could you pull it up
Go,
to satisfy me?
Who was this bet with though?
You.
No, it wasn't.
With Jason.
Oh, I was gonna say that absolutely was not with me. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up right now on the screen. Give me a sec to change screens here. Peloton, what is it? What's the exact price? 23?
I was gonna guess 27, but I don't know.
It's 23.64 right now. 23.64.
All right, what was it 1 year ago? Probably $105.
Let's just go to a daily. Let's just reset on the daily, and we'll just.
Yeah, it was $105, right?
A year ago was March what? 17th.
17th.
It was $105. Yes, very good.
There you go. And we made a $100 bet, higher or lower. So if you're gonna call BS on my Facebook, I'm just gonna point to that literally today. I didn't even plan to show that off because you know what I mean. You hit a big winner, you hit the big winner already. You don't need to rub it in. What was?
What else was this week on last year? No, we don't know.
Oh, that's right, Fidelity. Okay, so there's one. What was the other stock we talked about last week?
Dude, I wasn't on with you.
What was the other one? BABA. Is that what it was? Is that what it was?
Was it?
Did that gap 20%?
Was it Baba or Taiwan Semi?
Baba.
It was Baba. All right, Luke Jacobi. Tell me what your exposure is to Alibaba right now. Tell the public.
Leaps.
How at what strike? How far out?
2023.
That's pretty far out.
Yep.
And at what strike?
190.
No, it's not.
It might be 180, maybe. Let me check.
180.
Hold on, Spencer.
Yeah, those things probably cost like a penny.
That's what I'm saying. 190 calls, way out, $3.
190 calls. Is that what you said? Sorry, I was reading. I got distracted while you were talking.
Yep. 190 calls, 2023, $3.
Wait,
we talked about it on the show last week. It's the same thesis as Facebook. It's the same thesis as Facebook, but it's more complicated. So check this out, Spencer. Alibaba. Okay, you're still a Facebook hater. Alibaba multiples are actually higher than Facebook. Believe that or not. And with Alibaba, the multiples are still cheap. That's why I'm in the name. I think from a valuation perspective, I'm way out. But you have like the whole China, is this thing going to get delisted risk? Is this the next DD?
Do you believe them? Do you believe the PBOC, the People's Bank of China, when they say, nope, it's all good, our stock market is fine, we are pro stocks, we're pro business?
No.
You don't believe them?
No.
So how can you have Baba leaps if you don't believe?
I don't own the stock, baby. There's a reason I don't own the stock. Right?
Wait, this doesn't make any sense to me. You have a bullish bet on Alibaba.
Yes.
But you don't believe that the Chinese government is actually supports their stock.
It's a
how does how do you square that circle?
Okay. Facebook and Alibaba. Two stocks, same thesis. Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook, I own shares outright. I own the equity. Spent a lot of cash, right, to buy those shares. Alibaba, I bought some way the F out of the money calls because they're cheap. I think the stock has upside room, but I'm not going to slap down a ton of cash on a stock that could potentially get delisted, right? It's my low cost way to get upside exposure. And I'm seeing in the chat, it's called a lotto ticket. I think that's true. I think it's a decent lotto ticket.
Okay. Alibaba, the 190s. Let's look at some numbers here from Baba. What do we have? Price to earnings forward 11. Price to sales trailing 2.1.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's ridiculous.
It is cheap. It is cheap. Cheaper.
Ridiculous.
It is cheaper. But man, and maybe this is why I'll never hit a home run, because I have a hard time coming in here to any of these Chinese names.
But then do it. That's why I did it cheaply. Cheaply.
I guess. And you said how much did they cost again?
And we brought up DD, and somebody had DD
A couple
in
dollars.
the chat. I've gotten a little bit lucky on that one. I've got the DD Leaps. I like my Leaps. 2023 puts.
This one might actually get delisted though.
At what strike?
Like Alibaba's not getting delisted.
Okay, Spencer. I have the puts
Okay.
at 750.
Oh.
91% unrealized.
Good
I
for
did
you.
not buy many contracts. How many did I buy?
Wait. What? Why not?
I had 20 contracts. 750 puts.
When's expiration on this?
Leaps.
And so next year.
Leapfrog me away. Yep, a year away.
All right, but can't you? You're in the money now. Can't you?
I could just close this trade.
Can't you do that right
Again,
now?
It's plus 91%. Yeah. What if it gets delisted? I'll make another $2 on 2,000 shares, $4,000.
All right.
We could close it now.
We can close it now, he says. Okay. All right. Get out of the chat, spammer. Don't want you.
Who's a spammer?
I don't know. They're gone.
Why? Why?
What?
Okay. fine.
Okay.
I thought this was an inclusive environment. And you just
No,
ban
it's
people.
not. So Alibaba bullish, Facebook bullish. That's what Luke Jacobi stands.
All right.
Wait, do you?
All right. You want my other YOLO? My other leaps? I got other leaps in here. I have so many. Oh
Wait,
my god.
before you go further,
I don't have that many.
Do all
I got a
these
handful.
leaps stop? Do all these leaps have roughly the same expiration?
Yeah. 2023.
Yeah, when?
January 20th, 2023.
Okay, you didn't say the January part.
How many 2023 contracts are there right
I
now?
don't look. I don't know.
Okay. January 2023.
Thank you. I don't know how far out these go. Do
You know
you?
my other favorite one? So we talked about the DD puts. The other one that I think is sort of funny. I got Rivian $60 puts too.
You have Rivian $60 puts?
Yeah.
Where's Rivian at? Like
That
10
one's up 139%.
$5?
So I
What's
must have bought
Rivian?
those
Oh,
when
no.
the stock was like 80 or
$39.
something. I don't know. I don't remember.
Wow. Holy
I did it
cow.
on one of these shows with you or producer AB. But all right, so I wanted to talk about Facebook and Baba, obviously, because we talked about them last week and they had good weeks. So that sways my bias to want to talk about them again.
By the way, if you didn't fill out your
Um,
bracket, it's too late. If you didn't fill out your bracket, it is officially too late.
What do you mean?
Did you fill out your bracket? Brackets are locked.
So that didn't. What I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
No, I
The
didn't do. I didn't
Michigan
know.
game has started. Brackets are locked. May the best bracket filler outer.
I definitely thought that this thing started on Monday, the March Madness.
No. Dude, today, you know that today and tomorrow the volume is in the market's going to be noticeably lower.
Nope.
We already went over this.
All right, can we talk about one more topic?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oil. Yes, no.
Like what? Okay.
Or you got
here.
something else? Somebody else has symbols?
You guys
Somebody
want?
else has symbols. You can throw them.
You guys want Luke's opinion on oil?
I don't have an opinion on oil. I just have a rant.
You have a rant?
Yeah.
What are you paying $4 a gallon for gas? Like the rest of us?
I
No.
steal gas.
You steal gas.
I go after it closes. I lift up the hoses.
So- But wait, when you fill up your gas, your car, do you top it off or no? Because I was always taught to do that, but that's apparently they always say it's bad for the environment because it increases spillage. But I
Wait,
always,
what do you mean top it off?
like after the pump stops, you do it again.
No,
For-
that's a New Jersey thing. That is not Midwest. I'm not about that.
Is that a New Jersey thing?
That's East Coast.
That's not. No. Aaron Bree said he does it.
East
do,
Coaster.
Do you guys top off your gas? Like
3 times.
yeah, I
No,
was
no,
always taught to top
no,
off.
No.
But remember,
I don't play with gasoline.
remember I didn't learn to pump my own gas, so I went to college. So maybe I learned wrong. I don't know. I waste gas. Is that true? You waste gas? Maybe with spillage. Maybe that's true. Maybe with we. Do I always fill my whole tank up? Yes. Why?
All right, let me ask you this, Spencer.
What?
Do you put your cigarettes out before you pump
Do I put my
gas?
cigarettes out? I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, so NA, non-applicable. Never in my life, man. I'm a good person. I'm a nice, good, safe, responsible human being. I don't do.
If people in the chat want to know the story, why did you not learn to pump gas until you were in college? Should we tell them the story about Juvie and why it wasn't until you were 22? Or we save that one? We save that one. It's a good story. Next week. That's next week. All right. So we talked about Facebook. We talked about Baba. We talked about Didi. We talked about Rivian for a second. Still holding long and strong all those positions. Facebook, Baba long. Didi, Rivian short, but probably due to close, as Spencer brought up. But should we rant about oil for a second?
What is your rant? You still haven't given.
Here's my rant.
Yeah.
How do we live in a world where oil is the most volatile asset that we have? That oil is more volatile than cryptocurrencies, that it's more volatile than equities, than small cap stocks, micro cap stocks. Pull up USO for this proxy.
USO.
And can you put it on the screen?
I remember the one time that. Why'd you do that? I remember the one time that a Benzinga headline moved USO. That was crazy.
I don't remember that one.
Anyway, it was a few years ago.
All right, what are these? These are dailies?
It's a daily, yeah.
Okay. So let's start there. Start there. Or we'll go further back.
Okay.
Give me like the same zoom because I got to be able to see the numbers.
Zoom on that?
I don't know.
Wait,
whatever.
What do you want?
Whatever you want to do.
All
right, just let's look at this. Oil, USO as a proxy. We're going from 50 to 90 to 70. So in the course of a couple months, we ran up, let's call it 80%, and then fell 20%. Now just pull it back. You just go same zoom, just take me further in time. Oh, no, now you're zooming out.
What? Pull you back.
Just pull me back.
Sorry. Okay.
Do you know what I'm getting at?
How far do you want to go? How far back are we trying to go?
I don't know. This is fine.
Okay.
Here's another handful of months.
Yeah.
Again, USO is a proxy. So we're going from 30 to 60, 100% move. Okay, keep pulling it back. Okay. Do U.S. equities go up 100% in or down in the course of 6 months? No.
Again.
All right, let's look at this one. We're looking October to.
I'm gonna. Okay. Whoa! What the frick just happened there?
I don't know, Spencer.
My chart just did some weird shit. But here, this is the back half of 2020.
I mean, I can't see shit, but keep going. All right, there we go. Fine. Let's look at this. We all know what happened here. Was this COVID and the negative futures?
Yeah,
you're going from
that was
let's
COVID.
call it 100 to 20, so down 80%. Doesn't it not seem crazy that people will talk about Bitcoin or cryptos as too volatile of an asset to hold, but now we're like, I mean, look at oil. That makes it pretty much every portfolio construction, including mine.
No, I don't think that's the case. A lot of people are very minimally exposed to oil. Because energy. Energy.
Who's minimally exposed to oil?
Because energy as a sector,
Patrick,
hold on.
Are you exposed to oil? Yep.
Okay.
AB, are you exposed to oil?
No.
Yep.
You let me finish my thought. I was saying that energy as a sector was, until recently, was the smallest component in the S&P 500. So everyone that owns SPY or VU or whatever had 5% exposure to oil. So to energy at large.
Okay, that's fair.
So
that's fair.
I mean, where are we here? We're in the USO. We're at 73. Where were we before COVID? USO was.
Wait, can we talk about one other wild topic before we got to go?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay. So USO, we're at 73. What were we before COVID? We were in the 80s. So still haven't recovered from pre-COVID. What's up?
I don't even know if we should bring this one up.
Okay, so
let's do it for 2 seconds.
Wait till next week.
Do you follow Peter Schiff on Twitter?
Yes, I do. Did everyone see Peter Schiff's tweet yesterday?
You know what I'm talking about?
Did everyone see that tweet? It may have been the worst tweet in the history of tweets.
Yeah, and I like Peter Schiff. I think he's awesome. I'm long and strong gold as well.
Peter Schiff probably had the worst take in the history of takes. The take was that
just pull it up.
You're gonna make me. I gotta go find it though.
Can you tell people to follow me on Twitter, Spencer?
Guys, follow Hot Stocks Luke Jacobi on Twitter.
Thanks.
His Twitter handle should be in the description. It's at Luke Jacobi. It's his name.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. He needs more followers.
SJ Israel 15.
All right. You're gonna make me bring up this tweet? You're gonna make me do it?
I don't know. No, we probably shouldn't.
I'm not gonna do it. Anyway,
all right, let's
really
talk about one
tweet.
more thing. NFT stocks. Bail. Dude. There was a report, yes, I think it was an FT report that showed that month over month NFT trading on OpenSea is down 80%. Month over month.
Yeah, that's called that's called
Okay,
a,
so NFTs are the next oil.
it's called a bear
NFTs
market.
are the next oil.
That's called a bear market, man.
Yeah,
Right.
bail on those.
What was I gonna? I had one thing I wanted to tell you.
Car
Oh.
lots is interesting right now. LOTZ. I'm long and strong car lots. Down on it.
Do you want to know the most searched ticker on Benzinga Pro today?
Can
you guess? Think you can guess what it is?
Yeah.
Can you guess?
Hold on. Give me one hint and I'll guess.
Give you a hint. I don't know how.
Ireland ETF.
It's a stock.
Okay. That was not much.
It's a stock that probably the most divided stock, the divided opinions out there on this stock. In the history of stocks, probably no more divisiveness than this one stock.
Alpha Mike Charlie? No. Don't let my vote go there. I mean, Alibaba is up there.
Very divisive.
Alibaba.
Lots of bulls, lots of bears. Uber bulls and Uber bears. Like the stock is going to the moon or it's going to zero. So you have to check and guess. It's the most searched ticker on Benzinga Pro today.
I mean, can I give me 5 guesses? Can I have 5
All right.
guesses?
Well, chat's got it. If 5, you want me to give you multiple choice?
I'm going to
Oh,
go,
no.
give me Tesla.
That's it. Tesla's it.
Okay.
Tesla, there we go. We got
First
it.
Guess. Great.
All right. Tesla's the most searched
No,
talking
but
about.
that's not even interesting. I thought it was going to be a surprise.
No. The most searched ticker on Benzinga Pro in the last week is SPY. What does that tell you?
Yeah, no shit.
You say, yeah, no shit.
Somebody's saying, what's car lots? Car lots is like Carvana, but not quite.
Dude, Carvana is screwed. Have you seen Carvana? Have you
No,
seen
I
that
haven't.
chart? They're
Here's
over.
why car lots is interesting, is because the carparts.com CEO left to go to car lots. Hey, is our buddy David gonna be the CEO now?
Oh, Lev Parker, Lev Parker.
Yeah. You wanna ping David? Hit him up.
Dude,
See, ask if he wants to come on like right now. I've got to go in 3 minutes. Carparts.com CEO left yesterday. Went to car lots. That's why I'm saying car lots.
wait, did he
Car
really?
lots.
I didn't know. Did this just happen?
Yesterday, baby.
Yep, David Menny.
Okay, email him. Or I'm gonna. Yeah, will you email him now, producer AB? Let's see if he'll come on right now.
Luke, Michigan's losing. I want you to know that. You don't care.
I don't care. I thought this thing.
Wait,
happened
Carlots
on
is
Monday.
Carlots is a $1 stock, and that's what we're bullish. Just to be clear.
Yes.
And he came to Carlots from
Open up the PR. Okay, go to the PRTS.
from
PR.
Car Parts.
Okay, now go to. Let's look at both press releases. Let's look at the press release from carparts.com and from Car Lots.
Okay. Car Parts promotes David Mennigan.
Dude, you're so. Can I
What?
just do this, please?
Yeah, you do have.
You drive me crazy sometimes.
About Lockheed Martin.
Hey, did you guys see that producer AB's counterpart at Barstool got fired yesterday?
Wait, AB is a counterpart?
Yeah, at Barstool.
What does that mean? He is a counterpart.
Kareem.
Oh, is he like Fortnite?
Yeah. Hey, can you share this? You're not sharing the right thing.
You can't take my computer and then say I'm doing it wrong. You took it from me.
Is that bearish?
You took it from me. Give it to me.
All right,
Give
here,
it to me.
here. Let's do it. We're just gonna look at these 2 press releases. Last topic of the day.
Should I hit update?
I can't do it here. I can't do it now. I can't share them both at the same time on this screen. Ridiculous. This segment has gone off the rails. What else is new? All right, guys.
This is not authorized. No, will you please read the press releases?
You want me to I can't share them both because I only have one screen here and it's hard to do.
Fine, then let me see one more time. I'll do it.
You can't share them on the screen is what I'm saying. It's I just have a laptop. It's not going to work the way you want it to work.
It'll work.
It won't.
Can you add my screen, somebody, please? Spencer's screen.
Rohan, can you add my screen share to the StreamYard? Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no control.
You lost your privilege, I'd say.
I've lost my privilege. I didn't have any privileges to begin with.
All right. Look at this. Lev Pecker, whatever his name is, stepped down to pursue other opportunities. This was dating current CEO and CFO. I would assume the role. All right, so there's that one. And David's a G. We know that. So what we're getting from the so here's what I want to look at the press releases. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a bullish sign for lots. All right. Was he pushed out? Or did he leave because he thinks lots is super interesting? Stock's $1.70 per share. He thinks he can get it to 10. He makes a ton of money, right? That's the question that I have. So here's the one from the car part side. Leaving, pursue up other opportunities. I'm gonna type in LOTZ. Let's look at the one from the car lot side. CEO transition. And it's this one.
That's unusual for a company to poach like.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why. Okay, your $1 stock comment now, Spencer.
But how much is one man worth is the question. Like how like what's the premium that one CEO provides? I don't know.
I mean, this read the quote. It's sort of interesting.
I can't. It's too small, Luke. It's too small, Luke. Make it bigger. Zoom in for me. I can't read.
Okay, that's pretty good. Lev brings to Carlos an exceptional blend of senior executive leadership experience, proven industry capabilities, and online retail, and a track record of shareholder value creation.
Okay.
We believe Lev's record of success as CEO with an acumen in marketing, operations, and finance, and a history of leading a consumer-facing, technology-enabled, and operationally complex business will make him an ideal choice to take car lots into its next chapter.
All right,
of growth.
so they're bullish, obviously.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why I
Excellent.
think it's interesting. Because I think that carparts.com is interesting, and if this guy, the CEO, thinks that car lots is more interesting, it makes me like car lots more and car parts a little bit less. So
You heard it here first. Luke Jacobi. Follow him on Twitter at Luke Jacobi. That's his name and his handle. Funny how that works out. By the way, you know what today is? Today is my 13-year Twitter anniversary.
Nice. That was awesome.
I've been on Twitter for 13 years today.
Did they tell you?
They told me.
Okay.
Yeah. You know why? Because I'm a forward thinker.
Yeah, you are.
I'm an early adopter.
No, you're a forward thinker.
Yep.
I got Twitter in 2013.
Gonna forward think you right off the screen right now. All right, that was Luke Jacobi, everyone. Hope you had some fun with that segment. It's always a little bit weird.
Did you?
Yes,
You did actually or not?
I did. I always have fun with you, Luke, even if I don't know where things are going.
Am I in the top 5 most fun people you do it with? You do it with a lot of people.
Yeah, you're on the list.
Top 5?
Yeah, you're on the list.
Top 3.
You of all the guests we have on this show, you're one of them. Okay.
All right. Peace, guys. Happy trading. I will see you next Thursday.
All right. Umair is asking us to look at FedEx. We can do that. They report earnings tonight. FedEx is also a pretty good proxy for, and he just walks in front of the camera because, you know, why not do that? FedEx is a pretty good proxy for you know, the consumer, for economic activity. Because everyone uses FedEx, right? Same thing with UPS, but FedEx is a little bit larger. So
When does FedEx report?
tonight, oh man, Luke totally messed with my pro here. Hold on, I'm trying to get FedEx up, but my freaking chart, nothing is working for me. Let me refresh here. So I am going to pull up that FedEx chart. Oh, it's because I got logged out. Did Luke just log me out of Benzinga Pro? What? Come on, man. That's not cool. All right. This ain't working. Oh my gosh. This is not where. All right, I'm trying to bring up the FedEx, but my laptop is. Oh, that's why he. Stupid. All right, here we
I'm
go.
about to get into a new YOLO.
Hold on. I'm bringing FedEx up right now. Let's look at the chart. I have no idea where it is. Here it is. All right.
It's YOLO time.
Hold on. All right, FedEx. So what do we see here? This is a daily chart. Let's zoom in a little bit. Just go to the last 52 weeks. All right. What do we see here on FedEx? You want a YOLO FedEx today?
No.
No?
I could, but I don't know. I don't have a good read on what I think their earnings are going to do tonight. What we can do is look at their previous earnings, see if they're guiding up or lower, just to see what kind of a quarter I mean, shipping costs have gone up so much. You would expect it to be as strong. Yeah, it looks like their estimates are pretty much in line with the past few quarters. They beat last quarter. They missed the quarter before that. They hit right in line the quarter before that. So it seems like FedEx is kind of all over the place in terms of their earnings.
Let me tell you what FedEx does historically after earnings. All right, I use this site that is not free, that I pay for, called Market Chameleon, and they have some pretty good historical stock pattern behavior around earnings. So if you're wondering, all right, it's one thing to know if FedEx beats or misses, and we can tell you that in Benzinga Pro. You just go to the calendar here, or go to earnings calendar right there. You can see they mostly beat, right? I mean, they beat more than they miss, right? But that's not enough information. How does a stock usually perform? Let's find out. Let me tell you this. They have data here going back 3 years, all right? Over the last 3 years, if you look at FedEx stock one day after its earnings report, so I'm comparing basically today's close to tomorrow's close, because tomorrow's close would be 1 day after the report, one trading day. If you look at in the first trading day after they report earnings, FedEx has closed lower 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the last 7 quarters. They've closed down in the first day after earnings, 6 of the last 7 quarters. If you go the first 2 days out, that would be it'll be Monday's close, right? Today's close into Monday's close. That's 2 trading days. It's a little bit more mixed. There's really no real trend. It's kind of 50-50 over the last year and a half, 2 years. If you go 3 days out, the stock is down more than it's up. If you go a week out, however, it's up more than it's down. And same thing with 2 weeks out. If you go 2 weeks out in the last 3 years, so looking at FedEx, the close today compared to the close 2 Thursdays from now, FedEx shares are higher 3/4 of the time by an average of 1.5%. And an absolute average of 4%. So that's 2 weeks out. So based on the last 3 years, if you take FedEx's closing price today and the closing price 2 weeks from today, it will more often than not trade higher based on the last 3 years of activity. But again, based on the next day, based on the 1 day returns, it's lower more often than it's higher in the last 2 years. So I hope that helps your assessment of FedEx today. Maybe bearish for the next day, bullish for the next 2 weeks on FedEx. As far as the chart goes, nothing obvious jumps out to me here as far as support.
I'm
like
ready for some YOLOs.
Okay, we'll go there now. I like when it comes to charts. I learned this like very early on when I was at Benzinga. If you can't identify a key level or something in the first 5 seconds, then move on. And nothing obvious jumps out to me here on FedEx when I look at it for 5 seconds. So, all right, Aaron Bree wants to YOLO. What do you want to YOLO, Aaron?
All right, I'm looking at some Lockheed Martin ticker LMT puts right now.
Now?
Yep.
You want to buy puts now?
Yep.
After its stock is down. Here.
It's up today.
It's up today, but I mean, why didn't you buy puts 10 days ago?
I did actually. I made some money on them, and then I got out of them, and now I'm thinking it's ready to re-up my puts on Lockheed Martin. I think the trade's off. I think the idea of, I mean, look, we just got this bill passed that says we're putting $12 billion for Ukraine, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to end up being like people thought. Okay, Lockheed Martin stock has ran up 25% on the news of this war over here. It's not going to end up being that big of a deal for Lockheed Martin. $12 billion for our defense budget is a drop in the bucket. It's nothing. So unless we really in the next like week say, oh yeah, we're gonna send this and this weapons over to Ukraine, then wait, why is Lockheed Martin stock up 25%? In the fears that we get more involved in the war. I've been betting against that. I'm going to continue betting against that.
Also, who wants to bet on war? Come
Exactly.
on.
Like, why would I want to be long Lockheed Martin right here? And looking at the chart, we were just talking about the chart. You can see right there, we still have some of that gap to fill from where we were, where the trend was established before we got those legs up. So yeah, I mean, nothing goes straight, or things rarely go straight up. Things rarely go straight down. I don't see today as something breaking the downtrend for Lockheed Martin. I see it as an up day and a continued downtrend.
I want to pour cold water on the idea that Lockheed Martin was down yesterday because the U.S. government ordered fewer jets or whatever the hell it was. I don't even know. I don't even remember what it was here. The news was, I think that there was a headline that, like, the U.S. government, the Pentagon, it was F-35 jets. Pentagon is purchasing 33 fewer F-35 jets. Pretty sure I also saw that Europe is purchasing more, though. So I think that in the aggregate, it balances out. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing is, you know how I know Lockheed was not down on that headline? Is look at Lockheed yesterday compared to its friends, okay? Well, let's compare it to GD. We'll compare it to RTX, Raytheon, and Northrop Grumman, NOC. Look, and this is yesterday. They all look the same, right? They all traded down yesterday.
Yeah, but that could be construed as because the Pentagon is cutting its request for Lockheed's F-35s by 35%, then that means their demand for other weapons and defense products is also lower than the expectations. I don't know. Like I said, I just think the thesis was, for the bull case for Lockheed was, we're heading into a war, the world is, and the stock went up. What was it, 30? I mean, can you go to a monthly candle real quick? I want to see what it was up in the past.
I just wanted to dispel with this fiction that Lockheed Martin was trading down because of that, because I don't think
so at one point we were up more than 35% in the last 2 months, and that's for a stock of Lockheed Martin size, for a more defensive kind of.
I know, it's a huge move.
It's a huge move. And I mean, I'm not even saying that I don't think it should be trading higher after all this news. I just don't think. I think right now it's still a little overextended.
You're right in that stocks like Lockheed Martin, typically when they make huge moves like this, those moves will come down. Let's think back to Procter & Gamble, which is different industry, obviously, right? But look, remember Procter & Gamble had that huge run at the end of the year? Remember that? It was just let's go to a daily. Every single day, it was higher for like a month. It wasn't a month, but it felt like a month. It was basically all through December. And here, and I'll zoom out on the weekly here. It was making a new high every single day for like 2 weeks in a row. Look at what's happened since then. And it's Procter & Gamble. It's a consumer staple stock. It's stodgy. It's got a dividend. It's not a high growth. It's giving back those gains. Now, part of that is due to the overall market, obviously. There's some correlation there, but when slow, stodgy stocks make big moves in one direction, especially moves higher, those moves will eventually come down at some point. So I'm with you on the bearish thesis for Lockheed Martin. What's the trade here, Aaron?
Again, I'm just doing this as a YOLO. I think the trend, like I said, I think Lockheed could continue to trade around where it's at, but I'm just betting on a lower open tomorrow. So I'm buying puts that expire tomorrow, 318, 425 puts. They're currently trading at about $1.55 right now.
Right.
So as long as, and I'm buying them right now. So in the case that we do, because I'm looking at the intraday chart. If you pull up like the 5-minute chart, Spencer, we look like, and not all Head and Shoulders are is this a 5-minute chart?
It's a 15-minute. What's the difference? You really want to see a 5-minute?
I do. I really want to see 5 minutes. Because that's what I was looking at, so it goes more with my point.
5 minutes here.
Yeah, and then zoom in on today's action.
Zoom in on today.
Could potentially be...
I don't see what you're seeing.
A little Head and Shoulders action. If we move lower from here. Yeah, top right there, a little head. A little shoulder to the left, a little shoulder to the right. Not all Head and Shoulders have to look exactly the same. But so yeah, mine looks different for some reason. Looks a little more defined.
Let me zoom. I don't know.
So right now, I am getting into it in case for the rest of the afternoon we trade lower, and then again, just hoping for that lower open tomorrow. I'm also in another YOLO, Spencer. Those are Netflix calls that I bought this morning. They're up 92% right now, so I don't really feel good about having anyone tail me on these calls after they're already up 95%. But pretty good move today in Netflix so far.
Yeah,
And this has
up
been
3%.
this has again been the number one stock on my watch list, because I think as we see some fears subside between the war, between new COVID cases rising, between interest rates, tech will be the beneficiary of that, and Netflix more so than maybe some of the other FANG stocks. I guess Facebook, but Netflix has drawn down way more than your Apples, your Amazons, your Microsofts.
Yeah.
So at some point, right, you either have to think Netflix is going to make up some of those gains and revert to the mean, or it's just going to continue being out of favor. I don't think investors are going to be able to pass this opportunity by for much longer, right? I don't know how long Netflix will be trading in the 300s. I can't imagine it'll be for more than a couple more weeks. I'd say once we go back to the 400s, we won't see the 300s again for a long time. D Nice, what are you saying? Limited is 429 on the day.
Don't call it limited.
What does that mean?
Don't call it limited.
Yeah, war is big business, and here's the other part to it. And this is why I'm saying I'm not buying like Lockheed Martin puts that are 6 months out. I'm literally just buying them that expire tomorrow. I'm expecting to move down in the next, the rest of today and overnight into tomorrow. But we've gotten so accustomed to such a fast news cycle, and this war in Ukraine is not the first war by any means that we've had during social media, but it seems like the biggest one in terms of media coverage. And it's as if everyone is expecting, headlines to come every day, every night, that we're going to see a headline tomorrow that Ukraine and Russia is agreeing to a deal or whatnot. We've learned from history, invasions and war, they can take a while. Look how long we were in Afghanistan for. There's a chance this just goes on for a long time, and we're not going to get that headline that says we're out of. So it's just about living with that new normal. And I don't think Lockheed Martin needs to go up every single day in that environment. Doesn't need to go down every single day in that environment.
We're on Lockheed now? Sorry, I keep...
Yeah, Lockheed, Netflix, same
Look,
thing.
but from an investing point of view, I think Mark said this morning. I'm pre-market prep, Mark Chaikin. From an investing point of view,
Michigan's toast.
If you're not buying companies that you love when they've fallen 50%, what are you doing? Right? If you love Netflix, you should be buying it here. I admit that it is hard. It is very hard to come in and buy a stock when it has fallen 50%. But if this is a long-term thing for you, then you got to jump on that opportunity. I'm not buying Netflix. I've never owned Netflix. I own it via the VOO. I'm content with that. But if you're someone that's a huge Netflix bull, then lower your cost basis. Buy it. It's like, I remember when Apple, well, this is pre-split, but Apple was trading at, gosh, what was it at? This is like 5 years ago, right? Remember when Apple got to 120, 5 years ago, pre-split? The lowest it had been in a while. I'm sure we could see it on the chart, right? I think, yeah, it was around here. I remember I didn't buy it, but I remember texting everyone that I knew. It's if you want to buy Apple for cheap, now's your chance, because it was at its lowest price in 4 years. Should have bought it. Didn't buy it. Aaron, do you want to tell the people who or what is happening on Twitter Spaces later today?
Yeah, I was planning on doing this after our guest at 1.
Yeah.
But
I should mention that. Our 1 o'clock guest, Aaron Dessen.
We've been having a lot of Aarons on the show recently.
Yes, that's true. Payne Capital Management. Aaron is pretty bullish. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
So
I'm bullish.
Yeah, I know. So Aaron Dessen's gonna explain why he's bullish.
Why he's just bullish the overall equities market right now?
I think so.
Holy cow, my Netflix calls are up more than 100% right now. My Lockheed puts are down though.
Okay, tell the people what's going to be happening on Twitter Spaces today.
All right, so today at 3 p.m. Eastern, Benzinga will be hosting a special Twitter space with our CEO and founder, Jason Raznick. He will be interviewing Orlando Bravo, who is a huge name.
Sweet name.
Yeah, first of all, it's a cool name. Orlando Bravo is a huge name in private equity. He's kind of more behind the scenes, so you might not know him, but he's a very impressive investor, has done billions of dollars worth of deals in private equity, and he's recently gotten really into crypto, Web3, tech in general. He was on CNBC talking about tech and growth tech. So Jason will be doing an interview with Orlando Bravo at 3 p.m. Eastern for about 25, 30 minutes, and then the last 15 minutes. So from about 3:30 to 3:45, we are going to open the door up to the audience for a Q&A. So if you want a chance to ask Orlando Bravo, an incredible billionaire investor, or Jason Raznick, our CEO founder, question, please join us. I'll drop the link to that space in the chat. There's also a Gleam link in the description that you can register for a contest to be guaranteed to ask Orlando your question. So if you're at all interested in tech, in Web3, in crypto, please tune into this space. I would appreciate it greatly. Again, link is in the description. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Yeah, Toma Bravo. He's from Toma Bravo.
Yep, this is the guy behind Toma Bravo. If you've never heard of Toma Bravo, go into your Benzinga Pro newsfeed and search the word Toma Bravo. It's Thomas without the S. Thoma, Toma Bravo. And you can just see these guys, they move stocks. When they are rumored to be in our name, they have influence.
And Zen Bullish, he's the first Puerto Rican billionaire. He's got an incredible story, which Jason, if you've ever watched Jason interview someone, Jason loves to get kind of behind the scenes, get the personal story, because anyone that's as successful as someone like Orlando Bravo.
Wait, is this true? Is the first Puerto Rican billionaire? That's pretty cool.
I think so.
That's pretty sweet.
That anytime you get someone that successful, they have like a personal story that's like driving them. It's never that they're just like, oh yeah, I do this. So Orlando's got a really cool story. He's got a cool story on how he got into crypto and Web3 in the first place. So I'm excited for that conversation with Jason. Again, if you just go to Benzinga's Twitter, you'll be able to find this space, but I'll also drop the link in the chat. And there's also that Gleam link in the description if you want to register and be enter for a chance to be guaranteed to ask Orlando a question. And just between me
3 p.m. Eastern, right? That's when it is.
And just
2 hours from now.
Just between
us. Yeah.
Not a lot of people have registered for that contest. So if you register, you'll have a very good chance of being selected to ask Orlando your question.
If you get selected, that means you get promoted. If you've never been on a Twitter space, you promote them.
Correct.
And then it's your voice and it's his voice. And
okay. Jay's saying Chichi Rodriguez was.
Personally, I'd settle for being any kind of billionaire.
He said billionaire, not millionaire.
I know. I'm saying.
I know. I'm saying there's no way Chichi Rodriguez is a billionaire.
I don't know who that is.
He's a golfer.
Should I know who that is?
A golfer.
Ain't no golfers that are billionaires.
Tiger Woods.
Is he a billionaire?
He was.
Really?
Yeah. He lost like $300 million in his divorce. He might be a billionaire again. Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan were the only athletes to become billionaires.
Really? I did not know this.
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, LeBron's got to be close.
LeBron's got to be close.
There's got to be a lot. I don't know if I saw this the other day, a video on Twitter. This is really off topic, but it'll be quick.
Oh, no, Schumacher. I bet you Schumacher also.
Who?
Michael Schumacher from Formula One. I bet you he was darn close. He was the highest paid athlete in the world for a while. Anyway, whatever.
I was gonna say on Twitter the other day I saw someone cut up a clip of like old LeBron interviews, and the caption was just like the LeBron documentary in 10 years is gonna be insane, and like all these old interviews.
I saw the exact thing that you saw.
Yeah, it was like from when he was high school, and they were all like, if you're not the best player, you're gonna be considered a bust. Like, can you live up to that hype? And he's like 17, and it's like, imagine putting that much pressure on a 17-year-old kid, but then he meets all expectations and then exceeds them. It's actually incredible. I'm not even a huge LeBron guy, but like can't deny what he's been able to do. Yep, Zen Bullish is fact checking.
Alrighty. There we
Yeah,
go.
Spencer, on your Schumacher thing, his net worth is supposedly like 600 million-ish.
600 million?
Didn't
Well, he's been
quite get to
retired for 10 years or more.
Yeah, so he might have used a good amount
So
of
also he is paralyzed now from like the neck down.
that. Yeah, it's kind of
Very sad. Before we bring on our next guest, let's do a quick crypto update. How's that heating up? Green. This is super appropriate for St. Patrick's Day. How appropriate is this? That the crypto heat map is green on this, the greenest day of the year. Very appropriate. Shout out Ethereum leading the way. Shout out Solano. Actually, Solano's leading the way. We're actually, no, take that back. Avalanche is leading the way, up 13% today.
Where's Near?
Near is up almost 7%. Strong day.
Let's
Strong day
go.
for Near.
Let's go.
I still don't know what Near Protocol does. And I don't know what I don't know what most of this stuff does. I only know that I own 3 of them. That's all I know. Solana, ETH, Bitcoin. If you want some free Bitcoin, I say it every day. I'll say it again. Check out the Voyager app. Download the app. Use the offer code that's on the screen. Zing, Z-I-N-G. Fund your account with at least $100 US, and then make a trade. Only when you do those steps will they send you $50 in free Bitcoin. Check it out. Voyager, code Zing, free Bitcoin. Today is a bit of a weird day in terms of just the market. If you look at like what's up and what's down, for the past few days, we've been seeing this pretty clear trend, right? Where like everything goes one way and energy goes another, right? Broadly speaking, I'm generalizing here, right? But today, tech is down. A lot of tech is down. Most everything is up, and yet tech is in the red. Not by a lot, but it's noticeably lagging, right? Like Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, all in the red. Interestingly enough, today, on a day where the indexes are up. Kind of weird. Not weird, just unusual for the last few days, few weeks.
Yeah, something else that we were talking about before the show that I thought was weird, Spencer, was looking at how all the Asian markets last night overnight traded higher. The Hang Seng was up another like 7% again. And yet all the Chinese names today, whether it's Baba, Didi, are all down.
Yeah. I think that the Hang Seng was up 7% overnight. I don't really know, to be honest, how those markets track. If you look at like the Chinese stocks in the U.S. compared to the Hang Seng index in China, but it is unusual to see the Hang Seng index up and I guess all the Chinese equities down. But they all had huge runs yesterday, like historic. Yesterday was historic.
Well, you know what it was incredible is I was reading an article last night about Alibaba. It wasn't even the best day in like the stocks. It was like, oh, it was the best day for Alibaba stock since 2014.
That makes sense, Jay. Although, but this is a circular logic thing because if you're saying their move was to catch up to ours, but our move was to catch up to theirs.
Right. Theirs ripped before whatever, like Wednesday overnight before we had the great day with Baba yesterday. All the Asian markets were up like 10%. I think they were up even more than the Hang Seng was up yesterday.
Yeah, weird.
What was?
What are you going to say? You were going to say Alibaba.
Alibaba's best single day stock performance since 2014. So that I'm assuming that was like an earnings.
Is that the year they IPO'd? No, it's
maybe not. Actually.
I think they IPO'd around that time.
Yeah, actually, I don't know.
I don't know.
I remember that's around when I first learned who Jack Ma was.
Alibaba IPO'd in 2014.
All right, so that's okay.
So I'm assuming it was their best day since November of that year because looks like they had a really big green candle.
That is when they IPO'd.
Anyway,
I weirdly remember that, like when that happened.
I remember where I was too. No, I don't. All right, let's bring on our next guest today. As I said, Aaron Dessen is an advisor at Payne Capital Management. I think he's pretty bullish, but we're gonna find out for sure. Let's bring him on the show right now. Give him one of our special guest intros. Oh, a new intro. What's up, Aaron? How are we doing today?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good. So, did I characterize your stance correctly? Are you pretty bullish here?
Yeah, absolutely. We're kind of perma bills at Payne Capital.
Purple
But I think
bulls.
there's a lot of
Yes, I love it.
yeah. I
Can
think
you
there's
can
a lot
you
of underlying
explain that?
fundamentals to, support that with what we're seeing with the market and the economy right now.
Lay 'em on me.
Sure. I mean, a couple things to note about the S&P. So we're obviously having a lot of volatility this year, but corrections are really a normal, healthy part of the market. I mean, if we look back over the last decade, we've had 9 drops of 10%. And aside from what we saw with COVID pandemic and the recession scare in 2018, they've all really proven to be excellent buying opportunities. And look at what's happening with S&P 500 earnings and valuations and what these companies are doing right now. It's estimated that earnings are going to increase by 8.5%, just over 8.5% over last year. So far, for the first 2 months of the year, S&P 500 companies have set a record for buybacks at over 200 billion, and Goldman actually estimates that number is going to be up to $1 trillion for
I saw
2022.
that too. I saw that too. Yeah, it's going to be a record quarter, probably a record year on the buyback front, which could be a bullish indicator. I guess, but it could also mean that they don't know what to do with their money. I don't know. So okay, yes, corrections are normal. Bear markets are normal. You mentioned the fact that you're a perma bull. Long term, I've said this before. I'm a perma bull as well. Long term. What I'm not as convinced about though is like the rest of this year. Explain to me why you think markets could go higher this year.
Well, I mean, markets are ultimately a slave to earnings, right? So we're seeing that earnings projections are going higher. And what makes up such a huge part of that is the American consumer. I mean, if you look at, GDP, American consumers account for about 2/3 of that. Look what's happening with the jobs numbers. We had almost 700,000 jobs that we added last month. The employment count in the U.S. is about 2 million jobs off of where we were pre-pandemic. And if we continue with that pace, we're going to be there in a few months. Companies are rising wages. U.S. household net worth eclipsed $150 trillion in the fourth quarter, a record. So I think you have a lot of consumers out there with healthy balance sheets. And psychologically, I mean, a lot of people that I speak to are just fed up. You've gotten your vaccines, you've gotten your boosters. Omicron's been pretty mild. They really feel like they can get back out there. A lot of these states are rolling back any kind of mask mandates or restrictions. So a lot of the people that I talk to are really just going about their lives as normal, spending on goods and services. They're traveling, going on vacations. So I think a lot of that spending is really going to be translated into higher earnings in these companies. And I think that's a lot of, what we're seeing with the guidance and the numbers that we've seen so far.
How do you factor inflation into all that, though? Because those earnings are worth less when inflation's running at 8%, 9%.
That's true. But I think, if you look at what the 10-year Treasury is doing, that's signaling certainly that it's going up and we're still going to have inflation. But I think long term, the view is that some of these supply chain disruptions and things that we saw from the pandemic are going to start to cool towards the end of this year and into next year. And look at dividend payouts. I mean, domestic dividends paid out the highest ever in 2021. I think it was over 500 billion, about 511. That number is forecast to be higher this year. So what helps with inflation as an investor, obviously, is generating income as well as growth. So that's really a huge part of, keeping pace with inflation. But I do see that starting to cool a little bit, certainly from levels that it's at now.
I don't really know what to make of the economy right now, because for every bullish thing you said, unemployment has come back down. The job market looks, more or less pretty healthy. There's inflation across the board. Consumer confidence is low. The AAII survey seemed pretty bearish as well. So I don't know what to make of all that. I mean, convince me that everything is okay, I guess.
Well, I think if you look at it as an investor, consumer confidence is really a contrarian, a bullish indicator, right? Like what happens when we're approaching these bear markets? We have this euphoria where everyone thinks, this can't go wrong, fear of missing out. We got to just leverage and get in. And I think the opposite is true as well. People are obviously really fearful about what's happening with inflation, the numbers that they're seeing at the gas pump or a variety of other things. But again, I think if you look at oil futures as well, I mean, oil futures are pointing to 80 something dollars a barrel versus in the hundreds. So if oil futures are pointing to lower numbers in the future, I think we're seeing some other indicators that inflation will start to cool in the future. But right now, I think sentiment is just down, which doesn't necessarily have connect with where we're going in the future. And that's really what these markets are looking at, right? They're always forward looking.
So how are you advising or positioning your clients right now, right? The ones who are concerned, the ones who do want to be strategic and take action here.
I mean, I think you have to look at historically what markets do, after downturns. Obviously, we need to stay invested because as we spoke about inflation, right? So if we're sitting in cash, we're losing purchasing power. That's not getting it done. Bonds aren't getting it done. So we know that we need to be invested long term. If we look historically, we've seen a couple, I think 4 big financial drops since the crisis, not including COVID. Now they've averaged about 147 days. The median drop has been just over 17%. However, from the bottom, if you look at the next 5 days, it's popped 6.5%. And over the next 6 months, it's recovered 24%. So can the market go down from here? Absolutely. But I think you really want to have that long-term view in and say, okay, do I think that the market is going to be higher in 1, 3, 5, 10 years? And I think the answer to that is absolutely yes. So what do we do now? It's really about being in a balanced, diversified portfolio. What we saw from 2020 to 2021, the things that were working really, really well in one year, tend to underperform the next year. And then the opposite is true if we see what's happening with energy and commodities. So really,
Okay,
go ahead.
So in terms of those equities, though, I mean, it's a pretty broad bucket. So can you be a little more specific as far as how? Because everyone that was overweight tech just had the best decade ever, and they're not having a fun time now. So can you drill down a little bit on the equities exposure and how you're advising clients there?
Yeah, I mean, I think you need to have balance, right? So you need growth, you need value, you need large caps, mid, small in the U.S., and then we want to look at foreign markets as well. Look at what happened in the dot-com bubble. I mean, the NASDAQ was soaring for years, and then it took from the peak to the trough, it took 14 years for the NASDAQ to break even. So do we want to own tech? Absolutely, right? If we do go into recession, let's say the Fed hikes too fast and it sends us into recession, maybe ultimately that's bullish for tech. But really, I think, the big picture when we want to look at as investors is we're not making bets, right? We know that we can't predict the future. So we want to own everything in a balanced, diversified portfolio so that we can really take advantage of whatever sectors or areas of the market are going to outperform.
But what about the people that really are? I mean, maybe they're in retirement or near retirement and really are concerned about the short term. What do you advise for them right now?
Just, stay invested in the balanced portfolio. I mean, a big part of what we do, aside from the investment piece, is financial planning, right? So we're running projections for all of our clients to show that they can retire sustainably because of their expenses, what they have in their assets, and making a plan for, let's say that we need to take out money out of the portfolio. Well, that's why we need a balanced, diversified portfolio, because this year we can take from energy, we can take from commodities, and we're taking profits, right? We're not taking losses. So it's really just about being well balanced and diversified. I know it's boring and vague as that sounds, and having a plan, right? Running these projections and making sure that you're on track.
It is simple. It is boring. I think that's by design. A lot of people can take boring, right? I love boring, right? I think boring is amazing, but boring is it's boring, right? I mean, it's more fun to chase the hot fund manager, the hot stock of the week than just stay diversified, stay invested. I do agree with you. For the record, we're on the same page there, but sometimes it's hard to psychologically to separate that long-term mindset with like so many things just to worry about today, this week, this month, this quarter, this year, right? How do you do that? Because there's a whole I could list you off a menu of things, of reasons to be scared right now. There's a war, there's inflation, rising rates. We didn't talk about that. So how do you separate that?
That's always going to be there, right? You know, the old adage, markets climb that wall of worry. There's always going to be headwinds. There's always going to be risks. It's really just about how can we manage it in the best way possible. And I mean, look historically, you know, what the market has done and the performance that it's generated. And really, it's just, you know, the global population growing, productivity increasing, and just, I guess, you know, being an optimist. You could bury your head in the sand and worry about all the negative things out there, but what good is that going to do? Where's that going to get you?
That's true. That's true. Aaron Dessen, Payne Capital Management. Thanks for joining us on Benzinga Live today. Have a good one, man.
Thanks, you too.
Oh wait, before I let you go, do you have a March Madness pick for us or no?
No, you know, I'm out of the March Madness game this year.
And out of the March Madness game. All right, I figured it was worth a shot. Thanks a lot, Aaron.
Thank you.
All right. Have to ask everyone going forward, every single person we have on the show for the next 2 weeks need to get, or let's do 1 week, need to get their March Madness pick. All right. 111 on the East Coast. I think that was a valuable conversation. Aaron was repeating himself for good reason. And I've tried to say those same things as well, but I'm not a financial advisor. I feel really strongly that the easiest way to get rich is to stay invested in the stock market for a long time, right? That's Warren Buffett's secret. He's been invested for a really, really long time.
Speaking of Warren Buffett, are you going to go to the Omaha shareholders
Man,
meeting?
I don't know. The plane tickets, they're really expensive.
It's only Omaha. It's in the Midwest. You should
They're
drive.
$650.
You should drive. Not that far.
I
Take a
can't.
train.
I can't
You want to
drive.
get you? You want me to find you a train route?
There are no trains to Nebraska.
I'm sure there are.
There is no way there are trains.
You don't think there is a train track that goes from Michigan to Nebraska?
Short Amtrak? Nope.
Okay.
Don't believe it.
All right. Heard it here first.
I don't believe it.
Railroad. The railroad tracks cut off right when you hit.
I'm pretty sure the Continental Railroad went around Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, but I do believe very strongly. You're right, Aesop's. I can't control my age. I can't control what experience I have or don't have. Investing to some extent is the luck of the draw, right? It's the luck when you were born. If you were at retirement age in 99 or 2000, you got hosed. You got absolutely screwed because the next decade, when you needed your savings, was a really, really tough decade for stocks. That sucks. Jason's calling Aaron Bree, so he's got to go right now. You can't control that. I'm sorry. But there have been, and I don't have them off top of hand, so I can't cite them for you, but even if you have the worst timing ever, if you bought the top before the Great Depression, if you bought the top in the dot-com bubble, if you bought the day before the 87 crash, it's better to be invested than to not be invested. So we talk about bullish, bearish, buy, sell, this, that all the time. That's all fun and games. But I hope I'm getting the point across that you're better off staying invested over the long term in broad, just like what Aaron said, in broad stock funds. That's why the vast majority of my investable assets are in broad funds. I've got, some trades on here and there, some small positions. I've got some ARKW, got some cannabis stocks. I got Formula One. I own Airbnb, this, that, the other. But those are small pieces of the pie. The main pie is the broad fund. So, yes, you're right. Aesop's fables. Yes, timing matters, and you can't control that. But there's like 4 ways to get rich, right? You can win the lottery. You can start a business, you can inherit it, or you can invest. Those are the 4 ways, in my opinion. I feel very strongly about this. The best time to invest is now. By definition, the best time to invest is now, right now, always now, never tomorrow. Actually, always yesterday is the answer. The best time was yesterday. So yeah, I am short-term bearish. I am concerned in the interim here. I think it's highly possible that we end the year lower than we started in like the S&P or whatever, in the NASDAQ. But Even so, I'm still buying stocks in my retirement accounts. Michigan down 6.5. Thank you, Jay Rice. Boo, Michigan. Don't tell Joel I said that. Boo, Michigan. Yeah, maybe SoFi ends up going to 0, Patrick, and I lose all that, but that's okay. That's okay. JD says there is an Amtrak. Oh, I was joking, JD. I'm sure there's an Amtrak in Ohio. Or you can steal it. That's true. That's true, Brent. Or is it Bent? Sorry, Bent. You got me there. You can also steal your wealth. That's true. Anyway, that's my TED Talk for the day. Thank you for coming. All right, so we don't have any more guests on the docket for the day, and we also don't have trivia planned because we have trivia on tomorrow's show. So we're gonna be doing trivia tomorrow. Don't worry about that. What we haven't done in a couple of weeks, however, is we haven't done a Guess That Chart segment. So, if you'd be so kind, allow me to do one right now. If you've never played before, very simple. I'm going to bring a chart up on the screen. The chart will be a mystery. I'm actually going to zoom it in a way so you can't even see the scales, the axes, the y or the x-axis, and you're going to guess the chart. And oh shit, it's not. Let's fix this. I have to get all the indications of what the chart is off the chart. Okay, let me share my screen right now, but do it in a way where you can't see what the ticker is or what the. I'll leave the date up. How about that? I'll leave the date up. So this is a daily chart that I've got, and I'll zoom in here. This is a daily chart. We'll go back. Yeah, we'll go back 52 weeks. Why not? And the first person to name this chart correctly. I hope I didn't give anything away here. I think it's fine. The first person to name this chart correctly will win some Benzinga swag. All right, here we go. Get some tunes going. Let's see some guesses. The Qs are a good guess. It is not the Qs. It is not SPY. It's a stock. Another good guess. PayPal, but no. It is not GM. I know that it'll be easier with the price. That's kind of the point. Well, we have ourselves a winner. That was surprisingly fast, actually. Where's my sound effect? I don't know.
Congratulations.
Andres Ramirez, man. That's you. I think you were first. Boom. Let's zoom out here. Come on. Come on, screen. There we go. Nvidia Corporation. There it is. Congratulations, Andres Ramirez. You are today's winner. This is what to do. Email us. Email shows@benzinga.com. It's on the screen right now. shows@benzinga.com. Somebody will respond to you and give you some free swag. Andres, yeah, that's you, man. That's you. It's Nvidia. You got it. Congratulations. Email shows@benzinga.com. And just put trivia in the subject so we don't I don't know. So if it goes to our spam, we know to look for it there. But just put trivia in the subject so we know that it's you. Or And the rest of y'all, you can email us too, but I'm not going to give you away free stuff. All right. I hope that was fun. That lasted a lot shorter than I thought, honestly. That was a good get. I mean, I get it. Like all these big tech stocks kind of look the same, right? So maybe I should have picked a harder one, but I thought that was going to take a little bit longer than it did. All right, let's add my watermark back. Let's add my let's add that back. Add that back. All right. That was pretty quick. All right, next time I'll pick a harder one. I don't know what that'll be. Okay. A few other things to talk about. Next thing I want to talk about. I was told yesterday, and I didn't know this. Oh, can I have your charger, Aaron? I'm
Yes,
about
sir.
to I'm about to die. Thank you. Is Jason Raznick all good for his spaces?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Taking that off. I was told yesterday for the first time, I didn't realize this, that tickets for the FinTwit Summit, what are we calling it?
Yep, something like that.
Something like that. Wait, I have to get the exact verbiage. The Benzinga / Lupton Capital FinTwit Extravaganza Boot Camp. Something like that. Tickets are on sale. That's what I'm trying to say. Tickets are on sale. So allow me to drop some valuable links in the chat right now for y'all. Okay. There's a few different links here. First link I want to drop is, oh gosh, why can't I find it? One second. I'm trying to find this link. Aaron, do you know where it is?
I do not.
I know Nicole sent it to us yesterday. Nicole sent it to us, and there it is. Found it. Okay. There we go. Here's a link. It's going in the chat right now. Tickets are on sale. A lot of people from Benzinga will be at this conference. Okay, there's the link in the chat. Benzinga.com/events/FinTwit22.
Are you gonna be there, Spencer?
I will be there.
Really?
I think. I mean, I don't have a flight booked or anything, but I
didn't know they allowed you back in Vegas.
I haven't traveled anywhere for work since 2019. I've not been to any of our conferences, any business trips, anything like that since the fall of 19. It is my intention to be at this event. May 13th and 14th in Vegas at the Aria Resort and Casino on the Strip. It's on the Strip, right? I'm assuming it's on the Strip.
I don't know. You're asking a guy who's never been to Vegas.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what. I'll be in Vegas in 2 weeks. I'll just scout it out for you, and get you all the insight. So anyway, May 13th and 14th. It's a Friday. It's a Thursday and Friday, or Friday and Saturday. I think it's a Thursday, Friday. Steve, I'll tell you what. Actually, it is on my to-do list to learn crabs in the next week and a half. Because I'll be in Vegas April 1st, or the 2nd, that weekend. And I never learned how to play craps, and I want to learn before I go. So that's on my to-do list. I think for this weekend, I'll probably watch some videos. From what I understand, it's pretty easy to learn.
Yeah, I've played craps before, and like in the moment, I was like taught it, and I was having fun.
Yeah.
But if you asked me now how to play craps, I wouldn't be able to tell you. You like put one on the rail or let one ride.
You're speaking Greek to me, man. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, come hang out with us. There's two things here. There's the main event, right? There's the FinTwit conference that we are co-hosting with Jonah Lupton. And then within that, actually, no, but before I go to that, let me give y'all a discount code. If you're looking to be there, want to come hang out with us, I'm going to put this code on the screen right now. BZ YouTube 20. There is your discount code for the FinTwit conference. BZ YouTube 20. That'll get you 20% off your ticket. I don't know when that code expires, so you're better off doing it sooner rather than later, because it could expire. I would imagine it'll expire sometime in April. I don't know when, though. So use that code sooner rather than later. BZ YouTube 20. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to say, and the same code applies to what I'm about to say. Within this broader conference, Benzinga is doing a private workshop that we are capping at 100 people. Okay? We're calling it the inner circle. So there's two things here. There's the general admission, right? And there's the inner circle, which we're capping. I'm told we're capping at around 100 people. So the same code, BZ YouTube 20, gets you 20% off. And this is a private event. Well, the whole thing's private, obviously, but this is a private event within the private event where we will have actual hands-on instruction from Mark Petrino, Chris Capri, Nick Shaheen, aka Benzinga's experts. Just you're going to be in a room with them, with up close and personal discussion and instruction. And again, it's both days. It's the 13th and the 14th. So two things here. There's the main conference, and then there's the inner circle within the conference. You use the code BZYouTube20 to get 20% off both of these things. As I said, I very much, oh, look, here's a list of who's going. I don't think I'm on the list, which is sad. That just means I'm not confirmed.
Just quick updates on my trades. My Netflix call is now up more than 120%. Great day for Netflix. I'm looking for the strength to continue throughout the afternoon. My Lockheed Martin puts are now down. Lockheed Martin looks to be trying to make a new high of the day. This is where I would consider cutting my losses and trimming my position and just being wrong about Lockheed on the day. But I can't really do that, Spencer. So I'm going to hold on to these for the rest of the afternoon into tomorrow morning. So let's all together take a moment and try to manifest the war ending in Ukraine.
Okay.
Today.
Wait, Kindred Duke says he won a free ticket. I didn't know we were giving away free tickets. That's amazing.
No, he said from FTX.
FTX is giving away free tickets. Is that what he said?
I have no clue. Sean's looking over here like
FTX is giving away. Yeah, Sean. Someone in their chat says FTX gave him a free ticket. Is that
use the code Sean right now for 25% off your ticket? Does that work, Sean?
Kindred Duke, if you say so, I believe you, man. I am not on the events team. I don't know what kind of crazy stuff they're doing over there. Shout out to our events team. But
we actually interviewed what's the FTX guy's name?
Oh no, he didn't. Okay, he said that wasn't. I thought you were talking about the conference.
You won one Upstart.
I don't know what he's saying. I have no idea what he's talking about.
I'm lost.
I'm totally lost.
Upstart. Upstart stock, I mean, up 9% today. I love this company, Spencer.
UPST?
Yeah.
What do they do?
Is that a joke?
Wait, this is
Is that a joke?
UPST?
Yeah.
Wait.
That's the guy that was on CNBC when they asked him what do they do.
Oh yeah. No, that wasn't a joke.
Really?
No, I don't remember what
no,
they're the loan technology.
They give personal
yeah,
loans.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
In case you were wondering, Spencer, it's very easy to get a loan on Upstart. I know from a friend.
A friend. By the way, someone mentioned you guys were talking about table games and blackjack. I learned on like Tuesday of this week that card counting is not illegal.
Yeah, the casinos just kick you out,
or they ask you to stop.
Okay.
I always thought it was illegal.
Call the cops. No.
Card counting is perfectly legal, and if you call them, they will tell you that. Or so I learned. Fun fact: card counting not illegal in the U.S.
If you
can pull it off.
I might pull up my Robinhood here in a second because I might. This could be a crazy day.
Oh, Michigan came storming back.
Yeah, they did. So Michigan's playing Colorado State right now, and I've been live with y'all pretty much the whole show, aside from when Vivi was on the show, besides from when Luke was on the show, and besides
when Aaron
when Aaron was on the show. But outside of that, I've been up here, so I haven't really been able to watch the whole game. But Colorado State was really hot from 3 in the first half. I think they finished the first half with 34 points, and 24 of them were from threes. So the majority of their points were from 3-pointers.
There's another one.
And there's another one, right? As I'm for speaking of the devil. But anytime a team is that hot from 3, you gotta think eventually things go back to normal, and you can't keep shooting 80% from 3 or whatever they were on. So it looked like toward the end of the first half that Michigan could have a chance of coming. Here's a 3 from Michigan, and he hits it.
Some play-by-play from Aaron.
3-point game. It's 41-38. Colorado State leading. About 17 minutes left in the second half.
All right. Yeah, obviously, they're talking about the fact that casinos all use like five deck sets, and I've never attempted to count cards. I imagine it would probably require every ounce of focus. I know, like, I think like vaguely how it works. You just subtract every 10 is a -1, right? In the count, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if I imagine, I mean, if I were to try it, I bet you would probably. First of all, you'd have to practice, and second of all, like, it would require an insane amount of focus.
I was playing some blackjack
to the point where I wouldn't be able to probably play because I'd be too busy counting.
I was playing blackjack on my DraftKings app last night.
Oh, I forgot about that. Why'd you have to remind me? Dude,
I don't know.
I lost like $100 in like 5 minutes.
Dude, I did the opposite. I made a bunch of money playing blackjack last night. Oh, man, it was fun. But now I already, like, I have some parlays at, wide open 3 for Colorado State.
Oh, wait. Aaron Bryan, was I incorrect? 10, he says 10 plus is +9 or below. I don't know.
Oh, my God. Michigan can't get a rebound.
9 or below is negative 10. Oh, did I have it backwards? Oh, I mean, maybe I had it backwards. Sorry. Again, I don't know how to count cards, and I don't intend to.
Is this a joke?
What?
Height or excessive height cannot be the most dangerous genetic disability. What about like people that get born with like half their heart working?
Huntington's is the most dangerous.
What is that?
Isn't
that where people are really big?
It's a terrible disease from which there is no cure.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, so it's 1:32. We've got 28 minutes to just chill with y'all. We don't have any guests coming on. Oh, speaking of that, Aaron, we need to fill up tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's show is looking a little bit.
We got Mark Moran at 1:30.
We have Mark Moran. We have Tim Quast, and we have Wes Fulford from Verity Funds. I mentioned him yesterday. He's that's the ETF that only invests in ESG friendly crypto miners. But outside of that, the show is looking a little bit light. So let's see if we can get a guest or two for tomorrow.
Wait, UMBC's in the tournament, right?
No.
Oh, they're not?
They're not.
Damn.
No.
They have that guard that's like 5'2". He's fun to watch.
You have a guy that's 5'2"?
Yeah.
That's sad for him.
I mean, he's a D1 college basketball player.
All right. Let's do what my default thing during the day whenever I get a minute is to just pull up the scanner in Benzinga Pro. Let's just look at what is up, what is down, what is moving. Whoa, Lemonade up 18% today. Let's do this. Let's go to a details widget. Let's go to a intraday chart here. What's up with Lemonade? They have news or something? No. Is this just like a squeezy type thing? What's the here? What's the float? 30. All right, small float. Heavily shorted stock. 36% of the float is sold short. All right. We got ourselves a bit of a squeeze. LMND. Little bit. Not crazy, but we've now gone in 2 days, we've gone from 16 to 24, 25 basically. 16 to 25 in 2 days. That's a nice move. Please don't chase these things. I guess you can if you want to like have a tight stop. But if you are thinking that now is a good time to, buy lemonade for the long term, it's probably not. Just stocks that are in downtrends tend not to turn on a dime like this. So anyway, that's your big gainer of the day. Looks like one of them is lemonade. Warby Parker also, they had earnings this morning. Warby Parker.
Oh, how were they?
I thought they were pretty bad.
How's the stock doing?
Well, it's up from here. It's up from the open, but let's pull up the chart of WRBY. The earnings looked this morning, they were light. Let's go to the numbers. Earnings per look at the EPS. They lost 41 cents per share compared to an 8-cent loss a year ago. So their losses are widening. Their sales came in below estimates, 132.9 versus 133. So they missed by a little bit, which I don't really care about that. Then so the adjusted EPS was actually an 8-cent loss. Still down year over year. Let's go to the calendar here. Let's look at their earnings. They've only been public for like 6 months, so we don't have a lot of history here. Let's go to the chart. Interday. Yeah, this was the last time I looked at it. It was during pre-market prep. It was like down here. So we caught a bit at the open. So we're back to where we were yesterday. So all those earnings losses from this morning erased. That's cool, I guess. Still, though, stock in a downtrend. I know you like it. I'm wearing their glasses right now. The glasses are good. But as a stock.
I liked it for the same reason I liked Asan. It's got a lot of insider buying.
Speaking of, haven't heard my man.
Of your cousin Dustin.
Dustin Moskovitz in a minute.
Yeah, stock's not doing great.
Let's take a look.
Stock's not doing great. Let's see if he's bought any more stock. That's the real
February 28th. It's been 3 weeks
since the last time he bought stock.
Since his last purchase.
That might as well be a sell.
This is not good.
If he stops buying stock, that's a sell. Yeah, February 28th. It's been, what is that? Almost 3 full weeks, Spencer, without him deploying more than $20 million into his stock.
This isn't great. This doesn't look good. Okay,
not good, Johnny.
Steve says avoid it.
I might take this day because it's up 3%. I'm gonna sell some that's in my my long-term account right now.
Whoa, I wasn't being serious, but okay.
Actually, you're right. I can wait.
No, I am being serious. I am being serious.
Well, here's what happened. I bought it at 50. I sold it at 70. Some of it, and then I held on to the rest, and now it's like 38. So I'm pretty much like break even on it. I'll tell you right now. I won't front with you. I'm probably down because I didn't sell that much of it. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down 25% on my Asana position. At one point, I was up like 40%, and I sold some of it. I should have sold all of it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
All right. What
should I buy? What should I buy if I sell some? What would I buy? Nvidia? Neo?
What would you buy? You want to buy Callaway with me, Eli?
I am already in Callaway.
You want to buy Flank?
No.
What
I really want to buy is Aritzia, and I can't freaking buy it.
Aritzia?
Yeah.
What's that one?
It's a woman's clothing brand.
What's the ticker? It's trades in Canada.
Yeah, if you gotta just type it in AR. Well, okay. Here's what I was so confused about because I was looking on my interactive.
That one, ATZAF.
I was looking on my interactive brokers, and they have just the Canadian ticker, which is ATZ, but it like won't let me buy it. And then, I want to buy this one.
Okay, it won't let you buy, but buy the OTC. Buy the OTC shares. ATZAF.
I know, but here I'll just pull up my interactive brokers and I'll show you.
And then so while he does that, we were asked about Accenture ACN because they had earnings overnight as well. Earnings this morning. I looked at the numbers when they came out, and the headlines were okay, right? The EPS beat, the sales beat, the earnings were good, right? The Q3 sales guidance was above estimates. They actually raised their EPS guidance for the year. So it was a good report from Accenture. The question we were asked in the chat, why is this down after the good report? So, yeah, giving back all those gains from the pre-market session here. This is what I'll say about stock moves, whether it's around earnings or anything, on any given day. It's very hard to find the reason why a stock is up or down. Anyone that tells you with certainty that a stock is down because of this or a stock is up because of that. Outside of cases where there is like an obvious headline, like oh, the company is getting taken over. Of course, it's trading higher because
Michigan just took the lead for the
it's
first
getting
time all
bought.
game.
As far as Accenture today, I don't know why the stock is down. The one thing I will say is when you see things like this, great report, stock down today. Do two things, okay? One, zoom out, look at the daily. Did the stock have a big run up into the report? In this case, the answer is no. Okay. But sometimes when a stock runs up into its report, that report can be like the top, right? And it'll just, even if the report was great, right? You see, it'll like top out on that day and come back down to earth. So that's the first thing. In this case, it doesn't apply because ACN did not run up into its report. The second thing I would say is look at the sector that it's in compared to the overall market on that day. So Accenture is IT services. Shit, I don't actually know what sector does this belong into. Let me pull up a heat map here. Let me see if I can find it. ACN, is that in tech? I don't even. This is kind of a weird one. I don't even know. I assume it's in tech. Yeah, so I'm going to assume ACN. I'm reasonably sure that ACN is in the technology sector. So assuming it is, and if I'm wrong, correct me. Let's look at the XLK today. All right. So the XLK is only up 34 cents. It's up 0.25% today. And from there, I'm going to go to this other tool that I have where I can look up the top holdings in funds. And I want to look at the top holdings in XLK. And I'll bring this back to Accenture in a second, I promise. I'm getting somewhere on this. So top holdings in XLK. It's basically 45% Apple and Microsoft. It's 50% Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. Okay? Now, that being said, let's look at Apple. It's up a little bit. Let's look at Microsoft. Oh, it's down today. And let's look at Nvidia. It's up today. All right. My point in going to the XLK and going to the sector ETF that your given stock is in this case, Accenture, right? Accenture is in the XLK, I'm assuming. Oftentimes, it'll move with the overall sector, right? Or it'll move with its peers. In this case, there wasn't really a strong correlation necessarily between, like, what I'm looking for is what Dennis Dick does on pre-market prep. I'm looking for like the relationship to the stock with the overall index. So when I see XLK up 0.25 point, I assume, okay, there's probably a decent chance that technology stocks in this index are up a little bit or down a little bit, right? Because we're up 0.25 point, which isn't a lot. And knowing that Amazon and Microsoft Apple and Microsoft are the top two holdings in this fund, it's going to do whatever those things do. And the rest of the sector will kind of have to work its way out. So all I'm trying to say here is you see ACN. You see it's down 1% today on great numbers, okay? Is it trading that differently than the overall sector? In this case, yeah, it is, right? You can see it's lagging. So in this case, neither of the two things that I suggested to you kind of give you any hint, right? Because there's no run up into the earnings report, and XLK is moving against ACN in a big way, right? ACN is trailing by 1.5 percentage points today. That's significant. So the long and short of it is I don't know. That's the point here. I don't know why ACN is down today. I'm not going to pretend to tell you.
We'll continue monitoring. We'll
They-
look at
they-
Benzinga Pro
they-
for
they-
headlines.
there are other tools you can use. Tools like Market Structure Edge that can give you a decent idea into supply and demand. I would also look at underlying options flow, see what's happening on the options market. Bless you.
Thank you.
But the main point in bringing this up was a lot of times, and this is what I've learned from following Joel and Dennis over the years, people will find any reason to justify why a stock is up or down, when more often than not, it's just sentiment. It's just sentiment.
All right, guys.
That's my point.
Which brokerage?
I hope I made sense there.
Which brokerage account do you want to see first?
For you,
Yeah, your choice.
Interactive Brokers.
All right. It's not as exciting as the Robinhood one. All right, but so here's what I was trying to say. So right now in my Interactive Brokers, I have $81 of settled cash. You can see right here, $81.99. We'll call it 82. We can round. What was the OTC ticker for Aritzia again?
AZ.
It's ATZAF.
ATZAF. Thank you.
Aritzia AF. So ATZAF is not on here, but ATZ is, which is the Canadian ticker.
I don't. Yeah, you'd have to have.
Well, I think I do because I tried to buy it, and at first it said I couldn't buy any Canadian stocks. It said like apply, and I said okay, I'll do a market order, 1 share, 47 CAD. I don't even know how much that is. Accept. Your order is not accepted. Minimum of $2,000 or equivalent in other currencies is required in order to purchase.
Okay, that's pretty simple to understand. You don't have enough money.
Yeah, but it's saying that to purchase on margin, sell short. I'm not trying to do either of those things, or trade currency, or trade currency because I'm buying in cash.
Yes.
All right. So I gotta get some more capital, I guess, before I can buy Aritzia. But this is the big play for me. Dana Telzy condoned it.
She was on our show. She didn't condone it. She
said she also liked it.
That's not condoning.
Well, she
endorsed it.
Endorsed it. I'm saying if I told her I'm gonna buy it, she would condone it because she also likes the stock. Maybe not. Who knows? Now I'll share my Robinhood. So this has been a crazy day, Spencer. At one point, I was down.
Oh, Michigan's winning. Darn it.
Yeah, I was down at one point around $1,400 earlier today in my Robinhood account. And we have battled all the way back and are officially in the green right now. This is today's return on these contracts. You can see I have up on the screen.
Aye.
Today's return on this Netflix call.
How you deal with this day in and day out is beyond me.
More than you get numb to it.
Dude, that's not healthy, man.
Well, no, it's not healthy if I see the account down 1,300 and I'm stressed out, freaking out about it. But I'm not. And then I yellowed some TQQ calls that are up more than 100%. I mentioned those Lockheed puts.
Speaking of TQQQ,
how's
the VXX doing?
Oh, is it back up trading?
VXX. Oh, it is back in line with the NAV. $26. This is interesting.
Oh my God, this game is insane. It can't stop hitting shots. All right.
The VXX came back in line with the NAV. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Did Barclays say that they did they say that they're doing redemptions again or creations?
Holy cow! What just happened? My thing just went up another $200. Oh, Baba. Whoever. Okay, here. Okay, I'm gonna talk about Baba for 1 second. I know we talked about it when Luke was on here too.
We did.
Stock was up 35% yesterday. That's showing you that investors, saw, okay, this is our opportunity to buy this asset. It's cheap. Whatever. It ran up 35%. Obviously, a normal move down, from there can be expected. A slight pullback. But once it was down 7, did people think the thesis had changed from yesterday? That the whole idea of China, acting positively in terms of coming out in front and saying we want to work on these relationships, we want to keep these, we want to support the stocks that we have on the U.S. exchanges. What changed between yesterday and today? It was just that it went too high too fast. But basically my point was that down 8% today.
Oh, you wanted the Baba chart?
Was also too much. And we've seen that already. That's already up 4%.
So everything is too much for this stock? Is that what I'm getting at?
No, I'm saying I'm just saying that I don't think the sentiment has changed from yesterday to today for investors, for Wall Street. I think just 35% move, 7% drawdown, now we can go back up again. Like if anyone was buying puts this morning while Baba was down 6%, thinking that like we were gonna immediately fill. I don't know. I mean, who knows?
All right. I have to check on Berkshire Hathaway. You guys know this. It's made a new all-time high. I asked you this morning, does Berkshire Hathaway continue its streak and make a new all-time high for the 5th day in a row?
Does Berk B pay,
The answer
pay a dividend?
clearly is yes. It's at a new all-time high. Well, not this very second, but it was at a new all-time high a few moments ago. Does Berk B pay a dividend? Yes, it does.
I don't see a dividend
wait.
yield.
That's weird. No, Berkshire has to pay a dividend.
I don't know if they do. I think they might say, hey, you get great returns, but no divvy.
I should know this. I own a whopping 1 share of Berk
Well,
B.
clearly not for the dividend.
No,
you would know.
No, yeah.
What? Okay, but let's talk about the purchase that Buffett either made or announced today.
Oxy?
Yeah.
They added to their Oxy. It's not new. They just bought more. This is the power of Buffett. So wait, look, XLE, energy sector, up 3% today. Good day for energy as a whole. Look at Oxy. It's up double, more than double. It's up 7.5% today. Such is the power of Warren Buffett. No one has the power to move stocks like Warren Buffett. Individual stocks. No one has the power to move an individual stock up or down like Buffett. I would die on this hill. In terms of overall market, Jerome Powell has more influence, but in terms of individual stocks, Warren Buffett has more influence than anyone else alive.
Even like the CEOs of companies?
Yes. I think Warren Buffett has more influence over individual stocks than any person alive.
Okay. I mean...
Oh, Riffraff is saying that they don't pay dividend for corporate tax reasons. All right, I didn't know that. I assume they did.
I would think Elon Musk has more influence over Tesla than Warren does any stock.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. But I meant like
if the person's not associated with the stock,
yes,
like out of investors,
yes,
all right, that's fair.
Yeah. Damn, look at Oxy here. This is on the daily.
Dude, why does Lockheed Martin keep going up? Who's buying Lockheed Martin here? Anyone buying Lockheed Martin? I'm judging your character.
Wow. Oxy, this is almost a 3-year high.
That's what I'm just
for
surprised.
Oxy.
Like, Oxy looks like overextended. Like I don't know. I feel
almost a 3-year high. Congratulations, everyone that bought this stock in the summer of 19.
So Warren Buffett,
you got your money back.
Warren Buffett always says that his favorite time horizon for investing is forever.
Yeah.
Why would you want to own an oil company forever? I would not. I think I think for a medium term outlook, sure. But if he's truly, buying this, thinking that Berkshire Hathaway is going to hold forever, which how old is Warren Buffett now? 95. Like he won't be around for
93
for it. But I don't know. I would think there's more interesting plays in the energy space than Oxy, honestly.
He infamously shunned technology, right?
No, he loves Apple.
Apple's the exception. He likes tangible things like oil. And Coke and railroads and insurance companies. I don't know.
I can't argue with him. I'm just not. I just don't see eye to eye, I guess, with like the value investing lands here. I don't know.
And value investing is really hard. Really, really hard.
Well, okay, that is a good point. Saying petroleum. Well, like if you invest in Oxy right now, assuming that if oil continues, whatever long term, I'm talking about. And that's the thing with oil right now is there's a lot of companies and stuff that are just putting less investments in it because it's not as profitable. It's not just the fact that like people from an ESG perspective want to. There are real business problems in the oil and gas industry right now. There aren't because there's a lot of tailwinds for the oil and gas industry. But like before all this, even before COVID, you look at any oil chart and what was the stock doing for the years before COVID? They were going down. And investments were flowing out of that industry. So if your case for Oxy is saying that Oxy will change with the times, and that's what I think all the biggest oil and gas, all the biggest energy companies right now, if they are going to survive, it'll be a question of who are the ones that are most adaptable, who are the ones that are the most versatile, willing to.
Well, I think the biggest ones have come out and said that they are pivoting in some way, shape, or form to
Right. Like if Chevron's not gonna say, oh, we're never gonna, do anything in clean energy. We're gonna stick
Right.
to our guns in oil and gas. Okay, then you're gonna go extinct and not be a company in 20 years or whatever. Fine.
Right.
It's not about what's best ESG wise. It's about what's best for their bottom line. And having only exposure in oil and gas hasn't been the best for their bottom line. So if Buffett, I know Buffett knows more about Oxy than I do, so maybe he knows their board and knows that they're amenable to those transition and changes. So definitely, I mean, those companies have the infrastructure, they have the resources to make those shifts.
You want to see something really interesting? There's been a massive divergence. I should have brought this up with Vivi this morning earlier, but I forgot. There's been a massive divergence between biotech and the pharmaceutical giants. Well, look at BMY. New 52-week high today. The purple line is IBB, right? The biotech ETF. Look at BMY. New 52-week high. I brought up AbbVie also with Vivi. New 52-week high. Look at Eli Lilly, LLY. New 52-week high. Massive divergence between pharma, companies that have drugs, sell drugs, versus the ones that need money to develop drugs. There's been clear rotation there. I think it's very interesting. I guess that's an inflation hedge. I mean, it is defensive, right? People need drugs in a bull market and a bear market, in a recession and a whatever the opposite. What's the opposite of a recession? Do we know?
Bull market.
Bull market. I don't know.
Roaring 20s. Prosperous times.
I don't know.
Prosperous times at Ridgemont High.
I don't know. I just thought that was notable because you're seeing a handful of these things make new 52-week highs today. Regeneron. Look at Regeneron. REGN.
Wait, I love this comment from Thad Thader. I actually just screenshotted that so I can save it.
You want to share with the class?
Yeah, so Thad Thader says, oh no, Spencer, the S&P 500 has dropped 10% or more.
Oh, no.
But that's happened 38 times since 1950. And oh, yes, every single time it has continued to make new all-time highs. It's not a matter of if, but when.
That's true.
Actually, I have no clue if that's true. I did not fact check it, but it sounds good.
There's a famous story. You've heard of Milton Friedman, right? The economist, the famous economist.
Yes, he wrote an article in the New York Times in 1970s talking about that companies had a duty to their shareholders to improve the bottom line.
Yeah. There's a famous story about how he got called in front of Congress to testify.
Wait, who'd you say? Milton Friedman?
Yeah.
I was wrong. Milton Bradley is who I was thinking of.
Okay. Milton Friedman, the economist, got dragged in front of Congress to testify in the 50s when the stock market finally I think it was when the Dow Jones finally got back to where it was pre-depression. It made new all-time highs for the first time since 1929. And he got called to testify, and they were like, what does this mean? Are we about to crash again? He was like, no, it's all good. And he was right.
Who was they were talking about on Marketplace, whatever, the NPR. I was just driving home, and on NPR they talk about the finance. They were talking about
the finance.
Yeah, they're talking about the economy and they were talking about the Fed. Sorry, is what I meant to say. And they were talking about the Fed decision. I guess some guy in the 50s, the punch bowl quote. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What, the Fed?
The Fed guy.
Yeah,
He said his job was to take away the punch bowl just as the party was getting started.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. I think let the party go for a little bit.
Come on. Who uses punch bowls anymore?
Well, this was in the 50s. It was like the Jerome Powell of the 50s.
The Jerome Powell of the 50s. All right.
Also, Jerome Powell, shout out to that. I don't know what kind of power he possesses to make the markets go up every time he talks, but we should just have him talk every day.
We should.
We'd all be happy. We'd all just be long. Let Jerome Powell give him a 2 p.m. presser every single day.
Yeah, that would help, I think. I don't know what he said to make it go higher. But
we got a minute left. If you're just joining us, there's a link in the description for a Gleam contest. We are hosting a Twitter space here in about an hour, 3 p.m. Eastern. It will be with our CEO and founder, Jason Raznick. He will be talking to Orlando Bravo. A huge name in private equity, Orlando Bravo, is a big investor in crypto and Web3. They'll be talking about crypto, Web3, growth tech, private equity, you name it. We will be doing a Q&A, so if you join, you will have a chance to be promoted as a speaker and ask Orlando a question of your choice.
All right, check it out, 3 p.m. Twitter Spaces. Right now, though, the roadmap is going live. 48 Yacht Club released ApeCoin today. What does that mean? They've got the details. Right now, stay here. We're ending this stream, redirecting to that guy, to those guys. So smash that like button. Thanks to our guests today. Thanks to Aaron, Luke, not you, Aaron, the other Aaron, Aaron Dessen, Luke, and Vivi, the Bio Queen. Smash that like for
and
us.
our producers, as always.
We'll be back tomorrow morning. I'll be back. Well, I'll be back in an hour and a half. But we'll be back, him and I, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have fun watching basketball, and smash the like.